Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Nocturnal Nerdcast, Pop Culture in the Dark. I am your hostess. Like Hostess Cakes. I am your host. I don't know why I'm thinking about Hostess Cakes. I'm hungry all of a sudden. I am your host, Eric. Welcome to the show. We have a few different topics tonight, but the big one that everybody has been asking me to talk about is this Superman stuff that happened in front of Congress with Ted Sarandos and Bruce Campbell from Netflix and WB. So we're going to be looking at that. I think that'll be an interesting conversation. Might look at some trailers, might do a few other things. Right now, it is just myself. No one else is here. We'll see if anybody pops in at some point in time. I want to give some shout outs to some people in the chat. First off, Harrison James being our first channel member here to chat. Good to see you. Shout out to Dalton, the music lover. Captain Kano, Fetman Plays is in the building. Mark Chico? Shout out. Keyblade Master Jeffrey is in the house. Good to see you. Chris is here. Yeah, good to see you too as well. Yeah, David Ellison is whining again. It's a big mess. However, I'm going to break down why all of the Superman stuff is completely blown out of proportion. I actually think the hate channels are looking for a win in this one. And it might seem like they've been given a win, but they're not being honest about the information. That's the problem. They're not being honest about what's being presented in front of them. And I always find it funny that they get so excited about stuff like this, but their stupid audience that doesn't understand, what the fuck is going on, just laps it all up. Everything they say, it's crazy. How was my day today? My day was good today. We were supposed to do D&D. Actually, today was supposed to be the last day of my D&D campaign. I was DMing, but one of our D&D members got sick, so we didn't do it. There's that. Well, Short Car, I'm going to show you that what he says doesn't even mean, when you listen to what he's saying, what he is saying doesn't mean that it underperformed based on the standard of what Warner Brothers was doing. But we'll get there. Based on what Warner Brothers, like their standard of theatrical releases, what he's saying just didn't make any sense. Oh, we got a $2 super chat from Naruto. Yes, I was going to talk about that tonight. Paigey, freshly back from New Zealand, will be joining us on Saturday for the second episode of the new After Party here in 2026. As you know, we've changed it up. We've changed the format. So After Party number 2 from the reboot of the After Party is this Saturday at 5 o'clock Eastern time. It's going to run about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And we'll be here taking your questions. If you guys want to ask Paigey stuff, this is your opportunity to do it, because he's not really making content on his channel anymore. So make sure you're here on Saturday. We'll probably talk about some of the drama that has happened since the last time he was here. If you missed the last stream, it is available for everybody to watch. So go on the channel, look up the After Party from January, and you'll find that Paigey and I did a full hour and a half stream in January. We talk about DCU and all that stuff. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, that'll be this upcoming Saturday. So I will actually be scheduling it right after this stream. So you can turn on notifications, bookmark it, whatever you do to, make sure you don't miss the stream. So there's that. All right, let's see what I've got over here. I got a few things set aside, bookmarked for tonight. Let's see what we got. Let's see what's happening over here. Also, if there's any subject that you would like for us to discuss or for me to discuss, depending on who shows up, you can certainly super chat it and we'll talk about it. What is going on with X? I need to get off of X completely. I really do. I feel like I shouldn't be on this platform anymore. to be quite honest. Yeah, it's not a good place. Not a good place at all. How's everybody else doing? How is your week going so far? I know we just talked on Tuesday because of scheduling issues, but it's been a couple of days. I feel like you guys might have something to say. You know what? Let's go. We'll jump into this here. Because I'm a huge fan. I know people talk about gaming and stuff, and they're like, oh, I'm a gamer. Eric doesn't game. He doesn't ever talk about gaming. We'll talk about a little gaming stuff here in a second. Lone Wolf with the $5 super chat says, hello, Eric. Ask Boba, but love to hear your thoughts as well. Which film do you think will be better, Disclosure Day or Project Hail Mary? Oh, that's a tough one. Okay, so let's say this. I'm looking forward to Project Hail Mary. That's a movie that I'm looking forward to seeing. But Disclosure Day has the power of Spielberg behind it. So there's a possibility it might perform better financially. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, Joe has showed up here. Let's see what's going on with Joe.
Hey,
hello there. Hey. Do you have an opinion on this before we move on from the super chat?
What do we think is going to be the better box office hit?
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I think Disclosure Day has the potential to be a bigger box office hit, but I'm more looking forward to Project Hail Mary. That's my theory on it.
I'm really looking forward to both, and I'm not. I don't know. I always say quality over box office. I don't care about box office, but if that's the question. Is Disclosure Day a summer movie? Is that coming out in the summer?
Let's see. I don't remember. Too many dates in my head.
I think it is.
June. It is. It's a June movie.
Then I'm going to say Hail Mary, and I'll tell you why. It's coming out in March. Less crowded field. You're going to have more big movies competing, and you can have multiple films that are hit at once. I'm not saying you can't, but I think there's going to be less in the theaters in March, and if Hail Mary's as good as they're saying it is, as good as it looks, I think it could dominate because there's nothing else out at that time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. We're 2 out of 10. We're doing 10 at any level tonight because I don't know how long I'm going to go. I could go 2 hours, 3 hours. I have no idea. Not totally sure yet. Also, I have set up a Ko-fi. Now, the reason why this exists, let me explain. Several people have told me they want to donate to the show, but they do not like to use Google Pay. They don't have a Google Pay. They have a PayPal or they have something else. So I set up a Ko-fi account here, and if you actually tip through Ko-fi, I believe, according to what it says on their site, a little box will pop up on the screen here, just like it does with the other alerts, and it'll actually say what your message is. So if you want to do it that way, that's for people that want to donate but don't want to use Google Pay. That's what that's for. If I had to pick either one, Project Hail Mary, that's the one I want to see more than Disclosure Day. Disclosure Day feels like Pluribus, but done in a movie, at least from what I can tell so far.
Keyblade thinks that was a hot take on my part. That I don't know. It made sense to me. But.
All right, so this is a gaming thing, but I'll walk you through it, Joe, because I know you're not a gamer. Craig Mazin, co-creator of arguably the most acclaimed TV adaptation of a video game to date, HBO's The Last of Us. Are you a fan of Last of Us?
I watched the first 3 episodes. Liked what I saw. I mean, the 3rd episode especially, that was the one with Nick Offerman, right?
The Last of Us?
Yeah.
It's the one with Pedro Pascal.
Oh, yeah, but wasn't Nick the Nick Offerman episode 3?
Yes, the one where... he was in it. Yeah, but he wasn't the main character.
Yeah, but that I watched that and I'm like, this is fantastic.
Yeah. But
I also bailed after that episode. I liked what I saw, but I bailed, and the reason is Walking Dead.
Right.
I thought this is just going to be another Walking Dead. They never give you these kind of shows, these zombie kind of shows. You never get closure. And I'm like, I don't want to go through another Walking Dead situation where I was invested for years and it was going nowhere. So that was
the one thing that annoys me about these things, and anybody that's ever been around me when we're watching dystopian movies about zombies or something like this, is there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it where you just deal with the human side of it and how people live through this environment, right? That's kind of what Walking Dead does is it's just like sort of a mirror on society, and the zombies become ancillary to that story, and you never really get any resolution. I think maybe they did at some point on the show. I stopped watching it like season 5, so I don't know. But you don't really get a resolution for a lot of these things, and you don't really find out how they fix it, or if they fix it, or if there's any way to fix it, because they want you to believe that it's like all hope is gone and people just have to be resilient and do all these things.
Right.
So I usually tune out of pretty much anything zombie related, honestly. I mean, even the stuff from people that I like, I typically don't watch. But I've enjoyed Last of Us because it's not like your normal zombie show. Like it's about something different. It's not like, you know, they eat your brains and things like that. It's really not what it's about. So I've been quite pleased with the TV show in that regard, and I think several other people I know watched it did. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying that I do feel like it becomes something a little bit different. They are trying to find a cure, which is one of the things I hate, is that in a lot of shows they're not looking for any way to fix it. They're just like, oh, we're just gonna run and try to stay alive, and nobody. And look, in reality, probably 99% of people, that's what they would be doing. But as a viewer, I like to see the people that have the ability to sort of fix the problem, because that's what I want to see in these shows and movies. So Last of Us is good in that way.
By the way, have you seen 28 Years Later Bone Temple yet?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to see it this week. That's one of my plans. I've got 2 movies I'm seeing this week. That's one of them. So it says here, he'll be taking on another hugely popular and acclaimed game title next, Larian Studios' Baldur's Gate 3, which is set in the world of Dungeons & Dragons. So very near and dear to my heart. Unlike HBO's The Last of Us, which retold the story from PlayStation games, the Baldur's Gate TV series will be a continuation to the games, telling a story that takes place immediately after the events of Baldur's Gate 3, as the characters old and new are dealing with the ramifications of the events in the third game. Now, this is interesting to me because I know we're not getting a continuation to Baldur's Gate 3. They've already said they're not doing that. They're actually working on something else entirely. So we know that. But Baldur's Gate 3 has a ton of possible endings, because it's an RPG. So you're playing it, getting different outcomes depending on what you do throughout the game. So my only issue here is, right, 17,000 endings, Fatman, right. So my only issue here is, what ending are we following? Because there's so many of them. And you learn, you get attached to the characters you're playing, because you don't have to play every character. You can have some characters die if you want, or there's all kinds of things you can do. So I don't know how that's going to work, but I am excited to continue into this world with like the D&D stuff. And this might actually mean that some people will go and play Baldur's Gate 3, because Baldur's Gate 3 is a heavy story game. It's not an action, like you don't have to be quick with your fingers or, you know, a first-person shooter type stuff. It's all very calculated, very slow-paced, that allows you to make decisions through the game that change the outcome at the end. So it's a very story-driven game. This might actually drive people to the game a little bit, because the game can be played by pretty much anybody. I mean, it is a mature game, so you want to be 18 and older playing it, but I feel like anybody can play the game. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or you're 80. I feel like everybody can play it. Are you familiar with Dungeons and Dragons at all, or?
Sort of. I've never played, but I sat and watched people play before. I used to watch the cartoon, the Saturday morning cartoon.
Did you like the movie that came out a few years ago?
I saw both movies. The 2000 movie with who was it? Thora Birch and Tom Baker.
Yeah.
Hated it. Then I
didn't like the first one either, but the more recent one I really enjoyed.
Yeah, the Chris Pine movie was pretty good,
yeah.
Except there's a brief cameo in that movie from the cast of the cartoon.
Yes. Yeah.
And as a fan of the cartoon, I was like, can we follow those characters? I want to follow them. I want to see what their adventure is.
Yeah.
So, but I did like it.
Completely separate from this particular thing here, I'm sad that we'll probably never get a follow-up to that movie, because I feel like that movie was a really, really good movie. And everybody I've talked to that watched it at home after it came out in theaters said they really loved the movie. So I feel bad about that.
I do think that they should do a live-action movie based on the Saturday morning cartoon. because I think
yeah.
you're going to get the D&D people, the people who like the game. You're going to get the Gen X nostalgia. The Gen X nostalgia usually brings a younger generation too, because we're all parents. We take our kids to see that stuff.
Yeah.
They don't know what it is, but we're like, come on, get in the car. You're going to go see this.
Yeah.
I think that's a way to go.
No, I agree. I'm excited for this though, and I will definitely be tuning in for this. Chat, do you play Baldur's Gate 3? Has anybody in chat played Baldur's Gate 3? And if you did you like it? Did you not like it? I quite enjoy it. So there we go. I just want to know what everybody's thoughts are on that. So Reed here says the Muppet Show was so good.
It really was. It really was.
There's a watch along on Joe's channel, by the way.
Yeah, we did it last night, and it was a good time.
Okay. I watched it too with you guys, like with the watch along, which I thought was kind of fun. We got a $5 super chat from Naruto. He says, I saw Eric July released a video the other day admitting he can't do YouTube at the same level he used to. Well, okay. I have fun making fun of Eric July, but I mean, this is kind of obvious. He's a brand new dad, right? So he's probably busy taking care of his kid. They're releasing 1 million books a month now because they're trying to keep up their sales by increasing volume, which is whatever, I guess. We'll see what the quality looks like after that. YouTube, let me tell you guys, I basically have 3 jobs, and YouTube is not one of those 3. So I have 3 things that I do. YouTube is the one thing I do because I love doing it. And I'll be honest, some days I don't know how I keep up the output of content that I have, because I'm doing 2 of my own live streams a week, sometimes 3, like this Saturday, the showcast on Wednesday, then I guest spot sometimes on people's podcasts, which I'm fine. I love talking about stuff. And then I make on average probably about 6 or 7 videos a week between 2 channels. And I clip stuff and I make shorts. So I can't imagine how Eric July could go back to the output he was doing with what he's got to deal with. So it doesn't shock me that he doesn't have time to make videos the way he used to and stream the way he used to. But to be fair, I mean, he's got a kid and he started a business where he's basically the one in charge of everything. So he kind of did it to himself. So, it wasn't like it just happened upon him where he got busy. It was something he decided to do himself. So, I've literally gotten to the end several times that I haven't beaten it specifically because I want to wait, but I've seen so many endings for it. We had someone else pop in. Ronan is in the house. What's up, Ronan?
What's up, muchachos?
We just got done talking about Baldur's Gate becoming a TV show. Did you hear about that?
Oh, yeah, Craig Mason. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that? Did you play the game? And if you did, what do you think? And if you didn't, what did you think?
So I haven't played Baldur's Gate at all, but to me, this is coming from a Last of Us fan being like, wait a minute, what does this mean for The Last of Us?
Right.
I might do a live stream tomorrow to talk about this. I don't know yet, but like the big consensus for me now is that like, does this mean that for now, season 3 of HBO's Last of Us will be the last season for now? Because if Naughty Dog, the company who makes the games, do go forward with a part 3, then we're gonna have to wait till that game comes out and then see how people feel about it, and then maybe Craig Mason might come back and be like, all right, we're gonna do 1 more or 2 more seasons of Last of Us to cover the 3rd game or not, because once he's finished covering these 2 first games, what else is he in stores to do? So, I'm interested to see where that goes for him.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sean says, hey, from Ireland, currently 5 a.m. here. Oh, it's a little early for you. It's actually about almost midnight for me here in the U.S. All right, so I made a video on this today, and we got a super chat on this, so this is kind of interesting. I don't want to spoil too much of it because it literally just came out today, but what?
I actually had to ask you a question about your video today. I watched the video today, and I was going to text you, and I think I forgot to. Like, I took a screenshot of your video and was going what is going on in that one thumbnail? You show in your video I think it was Nerdrotic thumbnail, and it's Sam and it
Right.
says scam over her head, but then there's logos that say like JC Penney and Sears, and I'm looking at that thumbnail and going, what is he trying to say? Why are all these product logos on
Yeah, we can look at the thumbnail and see, because I know which one you're talking about, because I was looking at how many anti-black women videos he had in his Twitter feed or whatever. We'll look at it in here in a second and take a peek. We got a $5 super chat from Columbia Rican. I have to say, Starfleet Academy episode 5 is amazing. I finally got my Deep Space Nine closer, and I love that it was a backdrop to Sam's finding herself story. Great writing. Yeah, they're really nailing it. I have to say, this was the first episode where I was actually emotional watching the episode. There were several times where I was like, "Oh, this is like really good."
I got teary eyed.
Yeah,
I got one of the reveal. I'm not gonna say one of the reveals. I got teary eyed.
yeah. There's 2 stories in the episode. You have something where they're dealing with another. The War School and Starfleet are working together to prepare for a. I don't want to say it is. I don't want to spoil it. Somebody's coming in to talk to them, and they need to prepare with like a dinner and get set up because the War School guy is like heating the ocean, and that's the side story. That's really the majority of the comedy is in that story, which is good because it worked. I think it really worked. You got the doctor, you had Tig, you had what's her name? Nala, is that her name what's her name in the show?
The captain.
Yes.
Nala Akey.
Okay, I couldn't remember her last name.
Is it a key or a key?
The Lanthanite, half human, half
yeah.
Lanthanite woman. So you have that going on, and that's a really good moment. And then you have the main story, which is Sam dealing with what her role is from her planet. And what I loved about this was I want to know more about her story, and this was exactly what I needed, because from the beginning I've been questioning like what her purpose is at Starfleet Academy, because she could be fed information. She doesn't need to be there, but now they make it make sense. They explain why she's there. They answer questions. There is a character or a actress from a character on another show that's playing a different character, which is incredible in the episode.
She also wrote the episode.
Oh, but she did really good. Plus, I love that this reminded me of the Birds of Prey movie. Let me tell you why. Because I think we were experiencing most of the episode through Sam. Like, that's how we were supposed to be seeing the world, is how Sam sees the world. And I thought that was really interesting. And that's how Birds of Prey was to me. It's like through the eyes of Harley Quinn. And so I think that was really important in the episode. And there's something to be said about writing coming of age young adult shows that I know gets under the skin of so many of these hate channels, where they just fundamentally don't understand the type of media that they're watching. And they just assume it's bad writing or it's plot holes. And they just don't get it. And people like Robert Meyer Burnett and Chris Gore and these guys out there that should understand the difference between these types of media just ignore that shit most of the time. Like coming of age stuff. Let me explain this. I need to get this out there, and I'm gonna make a separate video about it. A coming of age movie or TV show is structured different from your normal stories. And the reason why is those shows are focused on relationships between characters and those characters growing and learning without any long-term negative impacts on their lives, because we're supposed to be watching this as like kids learning things for the first time, lessons that they are learning as they are growing up. So you would, instead of somebody getting arrested for something, like say for example, they do something bad, in any other case, they would be arrested, go on trial, and locked up for something. On a coming of age show, typically it's kind of hand waved a little bit, and they learn a lesson from it, and they grow as a character from that. And any detrimental effects you have from this incident would be with your friends or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a mentor, something that impacts you emotionally and affects you as an individual person. And that's why they're having so much trouble with Starfleet Academy. Starfleet Academy is not focused on the big story. It's focused on the character relationships. And it's very similar to Legends of Tomorrow in Arrowverse. So in order to appreciate that show and understand what that show is doing, you have to first understand what type of show it is. And I think a lot of these grift channels and hate channels do not, and I love saying this because I know it gets under people's skin, they are media illiterate. They don't understand the stuff they're watching, and therefore their ignorance makes them angry because they're quite frankly too stupid to understand the stuff that they're seeing on screen. That's it. Sorry, off my soapbox.
But by the
No,
way,
that's all good.
although I think people give. I don't understand. I think people give the guy a hard time because they don't like his opinions. But I think John Campea does one of the best movie shows there is because he keeps the focus on the movies, not interpersonal drama. Not, did you hear what this channel said? Like, I mean, the focus is the movies. He talks about the movies, and I think he does a good show. I had to stop watching. I unsubscribed and I'm not watching him anymore because after that Friday Night Tights we saw, where Robert Meyer Burnett sat and silently endorsed the homophobia by not speaking out against it, I'm like, I can't support anyone that's going to have this guy on their streams anymore.
Yeah.
It's weird hearing these like people that like for years I would watch this stuff, and again a lot of these same folks champion like we need fresh stories, we can't go back to the same well, and then we dip at a certain area that has never been tackled like this before, and they're running for the hills going, why are we doing it? Just like it's the first of its kind.
It's
Go
also,
for it.
They keep saying this isn't Star Trek. This isn't Star Trek. Anyone who says this isn't Star Trek has clearly not watched the show, because this show is basically a love letter to Star Trek. This show is so Star Trek. This show wears love of Star Trek legacy on its sleeve.
Yeah, I can't speak to it because I haven't seen it yet. Now, people could say that, like, they could. I don't mind people criticizing, because again, it's subjective. The writing isn't good. It's too. I don't know. People would say it's too CW. It's like there's no depth with this dialogue or with these character choices and whatnot. Like that is subjective or not. But like, unless these showrunners go out of the way to fuck it up, like I can't think of this stuff being too outside of Star Trek. Like I remember people hollering about Lower Decks. People have been saying, "Oh, that's a phenomenal show and a great addition to Star Trek itself." And I was like, I wish I had an animated show of Star Trek when I was a kid. It would have, I got into it even with the movies and whatnot. But it would have been nice to have something as a kid to watch that's based in Star Trek in an animation. Besides, the '70s show or the one we got with the old crew. That's all we had, and so. It's fascinating hearing these takes and whatnot. Like, again, I still watch some of those folks' stuff here and there, but not as committed as I used to, just because I'm like, well, a lot of these stuff that they're bringing up and the way they're talking, it feels like very, again, not trying to be mean, but very like grandpa talking. Like, all right, grandpa, the war is over. Okay, we moved on. Civil rights happened. Like, it's not the same.
The irony is they say it's CW. Oh, it's like CW. Again, that shows a lack of knowledge.
Exactly.
Because the last two Star Trek shows to air on network television were Voyager and Enterprise, and they aired on UPN.
Which became CW.
Became the CW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's unpack this racist thumbnail, because that's what I'm seeing here now that I'm looking at it.
What is this?
Okay, so this is the Nerdrotic thumbnail from his most recent, I think the most recent Star Trek video. So let's unpack why this is racist. I think it's really interesting to call out how dumb these fucking idiots are. Okay. So they're using the Somali scam as the tagline for this from the Somali Learning Center, the one that misspelled it in Minneapolis. That's what they have in the background. So they're taking an actress, a black actress who is not a Somali character from the show, dressing her up like a Somali because that's what they do. That black people are interchangeable with anything that, other black people, they can just interchange them with anything that other black people do. And then they name all the characters like all of these weird things. Like we have Sears under Jaden, JCPenney's under Sam, I guess Helping Hands, and then Special Olympics Unified. It just seems to me like they're trying to disparage this in multiple ways in this one thumbnail, and it's just blatantly ableist, homophobic, like it's fucking racist, it's everything.
I legit don't get it though. Like I legit don't understand.
But that's
like,
it's because you're not an idiot. That's why.
But it's like, is Sears somehow racist or homophobic? Is JC Penn like, I don't get what he's.
I think they're showing like failed things and like they're using like Special Olympics as a negative, even though they're like, the R right, but they say the R slur isn't against people with disabilities, it's just a word. But then they use a Special Olympics pejorative in this thumbnail.
Right.
So it is about that. With
the Sears JCPenney thing threw me off because I'm like, guys, these things went on for years. They were a stable thing of my childhood. It's just like, it feels like, man, I thought my creativity was low, but like, damn.
By the way, I really want one of those Starfleet Academy red zipper hoodies that Jaden Craig is wearing. Like, if they made them, I'd buy one in a second.
They might eventually after the show ends or whatever. What's up, Jake? Jake just stopped in while we're looking at this brain rot thumbnail.
Joined in on a great time, didn't I?
Yeah. Columbia Rica says the thumbnail is trying to connect the Nick Shirley propaganda, their narrative against Star Trek. Yeah. I mean, I got that part. I understand, like the Somali stuff and the fraud and the scamming. But what does the scam have to do with Sam and this episode of Star Trek? And once you think about that, it's like, oh, they're black people. That is the connection.
Are they saying that like this show is a scam for anybody who wants to see a Star Trek show? Is that what they're saying? Like, because it's just like,
I think that's a reach, but yeah, you could argue that. That's why they get away with stuff like this, because there's always some way they could argue themselves out of it. You know what I mean?
And again, if they use a lot of this stuff like a cast in a new show that has a diverse cast, and they use it excuse like, don't watch this, then then don't watch the original show. Don't watch what will build the foundation of it. Like, they had a black lady in charge of the communications. They had a Japanese American as one of the pilots. They had a Russian as one of the pilots. They had an alien as the science officer, and they had a Latino as the main antagonist of all. Like, you guys, like, it's sometimes I laugh at like, man, Star Trek was as they like to coin it. It was woke before. Woke was a thing.
Ronan, you're asking people on the internet to think logically, Ronan.
Yeah, disagree. It's not rage bait for the sake of it. They make money off of this. If it were rage bait for the sake of it, they would just be doing it for free, but they're not. They're doing it to make money. So it's not just rage bait.
They know what they're doing.
Now, this is also the Helen of Troy thing that they keep going hard on.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Which, by the way, has this even been confirmed yet? Has she been confirmed as Helen of Troy, or is this still internet speculation?
I think she's been confirmed to be in the cast, but the role has not been confirmed.
So this could be all for nothing then. They could just be being racist to her for no reason at all.
You guys talking about for Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well then let me ask this. How come there's no outrage about no Greek actors being cast?
Oh, I said the same thing, Jake. I was like, how are you guys going to be mad about this, but not mad that they're not actually casting Greek actors?
Double standards.
Like Greek doesn't just mean white. It's so stupid.
Try explaining.
Yeah, it's man. Like,
Eric, try explaining that. Try explaining that to an incel. They won't get it.
Whenever I hear somebody complain about race swapping, my go-to answer is, "Well, you must hate The Godfather then, because James Caan wasn't Italian."
Yeah. All right, let's talk about something good now that we've gotten past the brain rot stuff. We got this cover here for Masters of the Universe. You guys see this for Empire Magazine?
Yeah, I just saw that.
Ooh, no.
There's also a first look at Evelyn or whatever her name is that Alison Brie is playing.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that too. Yeah, we got that.
Pardon me, I'll be in my bunk.
Look across the top there.
Yeah, Doomsday, the first word. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It reminded me of
I saw that when I saw the cover. I thought that was interesting.
I remember when The Force Awakens, they were like, please tell us the first word of the crawl. I remember that being a big deal.
Yeah.
The This looks great. Like, we're seeing him here. This is the first time we've gotten a really good look of him standing still with the suit, with the hairstyle, all of that. This looks incredible to me.
Still looks like He-Man.
I have no notes for this. Yeah. Like, I hope that the movie is as good as the promo stuff has been, because I'm really looking forward to this movie. This, to me, like, I feel like this is a test on whether or not this kind of stuff is going to succeed in the long run. And by that, I mean, like, 80s toy nostalgia, because we know it's been up or down over the years with these live-action projects and things. We're definitely going to see whether or not this is going to stand the test of time with this film. Any thoughts on this at all, guys? Any opinions on it?
I'm crazy excited, but other than that, no.
Looks cool.
Chris, the green tiger, that's Kringer.
That's Battle Cat, yeah.
He was asking who the green cat was. That's Kringer, the Battle Cat.
Yeah.
That's how you say it, right? It's Kringer.
No, it's Cringer.
Cringer.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He's totally cringe. The millennials aren't going to like him because he's totally cringe.
And here we go. We got Allison Brie as Evil Lynn right here.
Oh goddess.
Damn.
So, this is
I
looking
want to see
good.
Morena as what's her name? God damn it.
Sorceress.
Sorceress. There we go. Yeah.
Well, there is another cover for the He-Man thing, but I couldn't find it. But we'll just. This is the one that I like. But like, this looks great. I love Allison Brie, so I can't wait to see her in this role, to see what she does with this. I just have to say, like, as a kid, because Joe and I are almost the same exact age. Growing up, He-Man was one of those things I would watch every day when I got out of school. It was always on in the afternoons when I got out of school. And then we got the double whammy after a while of He-Man and She-Ra back to back, which I thought I was in heaven. An hour of these cartoons. It was just fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to this. This looks so much better than the one we got previously, which I know it's got some cult following to it, and people do like it. I've heard people say it works as long as you don't think of it as a He-Man movie. I was like, okay, that's fine.
The Dolph Lundgren one?
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy that movie for what it is. Crap on it all you want, but I have fun with it.
I love that movie, but I always assumed, people are like, well, this movie isn't like the cartoon. I've always assumed it took place after the cartoon.
Oh.
Because if you look at that movie, it opens with Skeletor 1. Skeletor has conquered Eternia.
Right.
So I figured this is sometime down the line, and he has had a decisive victory, and He-Man has given up being Adam. We never see him transform. Like, I figured they're basically they're rebels on the run trying to restore the freedom by that point.
That's actually really interesting. So anyway, before we pull this down, any thoughts on this? This is almost going to be my thumbnail tonight, but I was like, I'll wait.
She looks cool. I mean, I'm really I liked what I've seen of the movie. Mm-hmm. I hope it delivers for the big hardcore fans, and I really I hope it delivers also for Travis Knight, because he's besides Motu, he's the big selling point for me. I'm like, all right, I like that dude's work. I want to see him keep getting stuff better and better. Like if this is a big win for him, he will be in that group of like Dan Trachtenberg and folks who are like just on a like roll of just like different franchises and what they can do, and not just revitalizing them, but do something different and unique and adding to it, I think.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so I guess we should get into the big thing that we want to talk about, which is the stuff with Superman. This is probably going to be a longer segment. Only because I want to debunk this thoroughly. I want to get this out of the way because I think a lot of people are listening to these channels that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, as usual.
Stupid.
Actually, we'll do a super chat first before we get into this. Channel super chat from Cartoon49 over on the Debunks channel. Thank you so much. We're 2 out of 5 over there and 3 out of 10 on the Reloaded channel. Faye Film you seen last year. Mine was Sinners, One Battle After Another, and Weapons. Anybody have
Frankenstein?
Faye Film?
Frankenstein was mine.
Yeah.
Mine were Superman, Snow White, and Tron Ares.
Really?
Predator Badlands is up there for me.
What's that?
I would say Predator Badlands was my favorite, followed by Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts and Predator Badlands.
Yeah.
Those two and Frankenstein were my top 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Badlands gets into my top 10, but
I get it. It's not for
not
everybody.
my top 3.
Look, Columbia says, all right, I'm going to lock in. Get to play some Dragon Quest Builders 2 while listening. Okay, thanks for hanging out.
Badlands comes out in what, a week or 2 on Blu-ray and on Hulu, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so let's take a listen here. This is the clip that's going around about Superman, and it's only 27 seconds. I'm going to let the clip play out, and then I'm going to explain like where we're starting from and what the issue is with this clip and what's being said. So this is with Bruce Campbell, not the actor. Bruce Campbell from Warner Brothers and Ted Sarandos were testifying in front of the Congress, basically because they're trying to get this purchase of Warner Brothers. And
Can
so
we get the better Bruce Campbell on screen, please?
Well, he's not in this clip, but here's what he had to say. Check this out.
A direct question then. Will this be a fully exclusive 45-day theatrical window?
Fully exclusive to theaters, yes.
And will this be self-enforced? In other words, if you fall short of that?
That is the industry. It is the industry standard for self-enforcement. However, routinely, movies that underperform, the window moves a little bit. And Superman was a little shorter window, and Sinners was a little longer window, but they still refer to it as a 45-day window.
And so I a direct question.
Okay, that's the clip they're using. And there's a couple things we have to unpack here. One, he's talking about the industry standard for theatrical windows, which is 45 days. Right now, based on what I know, let me double check my numbers here. There is no studio other than Disney that actually does a 45-day window anymore. Zero. None of them. All of them do less than 40 days, matter of fact. And we're going to look at the chart here from last year to show you guys this. So that's the first thing he brings up in this clip. Secondly, he uses Superman and Sinners as an example. Sinners was in theaters for 46 days. Superman was in theaters for 35 days. And when I say in theaters for 35 days, I mean exclusive to theaters for 35 days.
Yeah.
It continued to stay in theaters after it went to digital all the way until October 2nd.
Yeah.
So it was in theater for much longer than 35 days.
Yeah. Wait, which one are you talking about? Superman or
Superman.
Yeah, it didn't go to digital until right before Peacemaker came out.
And based on math, Superman continued to make money after it went on digital, and about 15 to 20% of its budget came from that window between the 35-day window and when it left theaters on October 2nd. So it made almost 20% of its total budget even while it went to streaming. And that's not counting the streaming money. So that's the first thing. Second, Ted Sarandos is not privy to every single detail of what went down in that deal with James Gunn, Peter Safran, David Zaslav, and all of those things. He's not. And the guy with him, Bruce Campbell, is not necessarily privy to that as well. They were using it as an example. That's what they were doing. Let's take a look here. I want to show you guys this. This is from AP News. In the post-pandemic era, films end up on streaming services more quickly. In 2017, a 90-day exclusive theatrical window was common. Hard to believe that was ever a thing, but now theaters are fighting for an industry-wide standard of 45 days. Fighting for it. It is not the current standard. I have numbers. I have receipts to back up all of this, you guys. For studios, the strategy seems to be different for every movie. This year's Best Picture winner, Anora, had a 70-day exclusive theatrical window. Wicked, meanwhile, was available to purchase on demand only 40 days after opening in theaters, and that was a case in which the film was and continued to be a box office hit after it went to streaming. And it was profitable on streaming. So that's the first thing I want to bring to your guys' attention, is that this concept of the 45-day exclusive window is not something they're getting. Matter of fact, they've had to fight for it. And I know Ronan knows this. I'm pretty sure Jake has been privy to this. We've talked about it. And Joe probably knows this too. Theaters want 45 days, but there is no rule in forcing studios to keep movies in theaters for 45 days.
There
want
used to be.
They want it, but they're not entitled to it.
Right. Now, let's take a look over here in 2025, what the averages were going into the theater exclusivity. If you look at this chart, and I said this back when we talked about this originally, the average for Warner Brothers was 32 days, meaning that Superman stayed in theaters 3 days longer than Warner Brothers' average theater exclusivity, which is the standard that Ted Sarandos should have been using when he argued about it with Congress. But the reason why he didn't is they want the deal to go through. So he's saying whatever it is he needs to say to make that happen. The only studio that gives theatrical releases 45 days is Disney. And if you look, their average is 58.3 days in theaters. They're the only one, not even Paramount. The other studio fighting for Warner Brothers gives a 45-day average to theater releases.
And you can thank that on Bob Iger. That was Bob Iger's return. Chapek had him going sooner, and then Iger came back and was like, no, we ain't doing that shit.
And if you remember, there was a reason why, and this is the only reason that makes any sense to me.
Yeah, sorry, just
yeah, go ahead.
Donovan brings up the point down there in the comments. They were using those films as an example, not to put them out.
But Jake, also an example of a standard that the industry has, not the standard that Warner Brothers had.
Right.
That's the thing.
People were taking that example and laser focusing focus on that movie specifically. Because
they were not adhering to a 45... Oh, Jesus, it's so stupid. Warner Brothers was not adhering to the 45-day window ask from theaters. So when he was using that example, he was using it based on a 45-day window ask from theaters, while Warner Brothers' average window was 32 days.
Yeah, they were working with
This is why context matters. And this is James Gunn talking about why he put Superman out before Peacemaker.
Well, it's a big part. I mean, definitely Superman leads directly into Peacemaker. Should be noted that this is for adults, not for children. But Superman leads into this show, and then we have the setting up of all of the rest of the DCU in this season of Peacemaker. It's incredibly important. Lots of guest stars coming up, lots of characters that are going to show up that we've already met in Superman. And I don't think there's anything I've ever done that I love more than this season of Peacemaker. So I'm so excited for people to see it.
Now, that was the stuff he was saying when he talked about releasing it exclusively onto exclusively in digital sales after theaters, right? And again, Anthony, how can you say that when Warner Brothers' average was 32 days and they released it after their own average?
Yeah, they exceeded their average.
Like this, Anthony, I'm just saying it doesn't make any sense, bro. It doesn't. Like there's Ted Sarandos, who has no information on any of those financial details. Like, he might know the overall status of Warner Brothers. He doesn't know the financial details of every single movie that Warner Brothers has put out over the last 100 years. He doesn't know. He doesn't have that. He was using Superman as an example of a movie that didn't go to the industry standard of 45 days, not Warner Brothers standard of 32 days. That's the problem.
You're working with two sets of data.
And then people would want to say that this guy over here, the worst Bruce Campbell, he's the chief revenue and strategy officer. Let me explain to you why this guy wouldn't even know this. Bruce Campbell, as Warner Brothers' chief revenue and strategy officer, would not know the exact financial numbers or targets for a film like Superman because his role at Warner Brothers is focused on overall corporate revenue strategy, which means licensing, high-level distribution planning, not a micro-level tracking of a single film's box office, streaming, or merchandising performance. The actual numbers are tracked by Warner Brothers' distribution and content sales finance teams, who manage detailed reporting on ticket sales, streaming revenue, and licensing income. Campbell operates as a strategic portfolio level perspective. Like, that's how he operates. So he's looking at the bigger picture of revenue, not independent individual films and TV shows. It's not even his fucking lane. So he wouldn't even know specifically unless he came in with that information that was being asked of him, which was not the case in that particular Q&A they were just doing. So all of this shit they're doing is more cope from them to try and make the movie look bad because they are keeping information away from their viewers. They're not being honest about it. They're doing it all in bad faith. And this is all being used to attack fucking, I don't know, all this. It's just so fucking stupid. He wasn't, so that's the thing, Anthony. He wasn't lying under oath. Let me say this again. The answer to the question was, what is the industry standard for a theatrical window, which is 45 days? That is what the theaters want it to be. I just showed a chart that showed you guys that none of the studios other than Disney are actually adhering to the 45-day window. So if you're looking at that window, Superman would have been released before the industry standard of 45 days, and Sinners came out after the industry standard of 45 days. However, it's not a lie because he wasn't asked what Warner Brothers standard is. He was asked what the industry standard was. I don't know I don't know how to explain it any better than that.
He's also not privy to all the Warner Brothers.
He's not. You're right. So he's looking at the industry standard. He didn't mention the Warner Brothers standard because he doesn't have anything to do with Warner Brothers right now. They're trying to purchase Warner Brothers. He's not a part of Warner Brothers. He doesn't work for them. He doesn't have their financial records for every movie they've ever made.
And even if that whole people really need to get this in their minds too. If that whole purchase, like, say it does go through, that won't be finalized for months and months to come.
It might even be years.
Yeah.
It could be years before that deal is finalized.
Yes. Saying months and months is generous. We are nowhere near it finalizing.
Let me put this out there. You don't have to like James Gunn. You don't have to like Superman. Matter of fact, you can hate the movie if you want to hate the movie. But what was said in that particular Q&A does not prove that the movie was a flop or that the movie underperformed. He gave examples of movies that were released outside of the standard of the 45-day theatrical ask window. That's what he was saying. He was not talking about the theatrical window of Warner Brothers.
I agree with you 100%. But I also understand where the confusion comes from. The way it was phrased, like, we see so many online chuds trying to twist words to get meaning out of them. But I can see where the legit confusion came from the way this was phrased.
I don't think the chuds were confused, Joe.
I don't think they were confused, but I think like your average,
they're taking advantage of the ignorance of their viewers.
Like I know Anthony. Anthony's a smart guy. I don't think he's willingly, misinterpreting this. I think he read it wrong.
When I watched that clip, I was like, hold on. They asked him about the industry standard window, not the Warner Brothers window, and he used two examples of movies that were released before and after the industry standard window. He used the word underperform because he was talking about in the industry standard. But that wasn't the metric to determine when Superman was released. Look, it's fine if people got it confused. That's fine with me. But why is it that it took me 10 minutes of Google digging to find out what the standard was for Warner Brothers,
right?
How long Superman was in theaters, how much money it made between the time it was went out of exclusive theaters into digital and still stayed in theaters. These guys that do this, I implore you out there, if you're not rage baiters, do 10 minutes of research before you start talking about something.
Some people would rather remain ignorant.
It's so fucking stupid.
I mean, I've had conversations on live streams with a full panel and told people the reasons that this whole rushing things to digital within 30 days is a bad idea. And people don't want to hear it. They just don't want to hear it. It's like in one ear and out the other. But like the numbers back it up. It's bad for the industry. Not that that's what we're talking about here, but like you said, it's like
I agree with you.
People hear what they want to hear.
I agree with you. I just the other thing is that if you're going to argue from a position that these things are definitive, then why are you using someone who isn't privy to the exact details of the movie? Ted Sarandos doesn't know the details of Superman. He doesn't have anything to do with Warner Brothers right now. He's trying to buy Warner Brothers.
But we see this all the time, though. It's like as soon as there's some kind of change in leadership, people assume that, like we saw it with DC when, like Flash and Aquaman and everyone were coming out and people are like blaming James Gunn. It's like, he didn't make those movies, right? He inherited those movies.
Changed one of their endings.
To its, that was a good thing.
Oh, wait, the Flash, right?
Yeah.
The Flash movie.
He didn't change it much, though. He just took Superman out, basically.
Put Clooney in.
Yes. That was
So wait, it
really
was supposed to be Superman and not Clooney?
Superman and Michael Keaton were supposed to be there. Hank Cavill's Superman and Michael Keaton's Batman were supposed to be there. And going forward, we were going to have Hank Cavill still as Superman, and Michael Keaton was going to be the DC Universe Batman going forward. But as soon as those plans changed, that ending no longer made sense. So we said we got to take that out, which was the right move. I mean, the Snyder Bros would have gone crazy.
I love Michael Keaton, but that would have been a stupid idea. Going through with that.
I actually loved that idea.
Wait, which one? Which idea?
Making him the main DCU Batman going forward.
George Clooney?
No, Michael Keaton.
No, Keaton.
Oh.
I love Michael Keaton. That would have been a bad idea.
That's why he was in the Batgirl movie, too.
I mean, what's funny is they could still release Batgirl if they wanted to, because nothing ties it to DCU anymore, so just say it's Elseworlds.
Speaking of Batgirl, did you guys see the footage of the stunt double?
I actually tried to look at it on another person's stream, and they blocked the stream, so I don't know.
So fucking cool.
Yeah, that was
really
nice.
Good. Oh, like I said, if Netflix does get WB, that's one of the things I want them to do is uncover that movie and put it out on Netflix.
At this point, what do you have to lose?
Nothing.
Exactly.
So here we go. Saulo Video Game Review here says Superman Reboot 2025 is not a box office bomb. Well, saying it's a bomb would be so fucking misleading is ridiculous.
Oh, that's what people want to call Thunderbolts, but they don't realize that it underperformed and not flopped.
Yeah, but the problem is that underperform, flop, bomb, they just use that word interchangeably, and they're not, or those words interchangeably, and they're not interchangeable words.
No, they don't.
There's an overlap, but they don't mean the same thing.
No, they're in their own tiers.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just stupid. Like, they want to drive this concept or this theory that it is a underperformed based on what someone unconnected to Warner Brothers said about it over people that literally work for Warner Brothers. But that's the world we live in right now.
Yeah,
honestly.
unfortunately.
Lone Wolf says, DM you something on Discord with a $2 super chat. Let me see what it is here. Huh?
Said you're getting spicy links, Eric.
Let's see here. You're asking about Christopher Nolan's the Liputa Nyong'o Helen of Troy. We looked at a thumbnail a second ago about that. Elon Musk said that Christopher Nolan lost his integrity. Lone Wolf says, I just want to say skin color is irrelevant to the story's narrative. While I acknowledge that Helen is described as fair skin and writing, yes, her skin color is not a plot device relevant to her beauty, which caused men to go to war for her. What are you saying?
Musk lectured someone about integrity.
Oh,
That's
yeah, it's
priceless.
ridiculous. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's fucking priceless.
Yeah. We don't know who she is yet. And even if she is Helen of Troy, who gives a fuck? It's a movie about like mythology. It's not even real.
What's the first word of that? Or what's the first part of that word? What? Say that word again.
Mythology?
Myth.
Yeah.
Not real.
Yeah.
Also, Eartha Kitt wasn't she the first one to be a black woman to play Lupita's supposed role or not? So like, come on, y'all, like do a modicum of research.
Like, I've read the book and I'm not over here complaining, oh, they casted this person wrong. No, I'm not saying that at all.
You know, I don't have an issue with people having, like, when you're talking about superheroes or cartoons or whatever, having a favorite version of something. But when you're arguing about something like Helen of Troy, it's literally not a real person. You know what I mean? Oh, Jesus. Somebody, what was it? There was some Dean Cain news, apparently? Like, outside of what we discussed? Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, he got banned from GalaxyCon.
That's okay. MegaCon Orlando will happily put him up next to Gina Carano and Geeks and Gamers.
Let's see.
Legion of Doom?
I'm trying to see if there's an article about it. I don't really... It's a lot of... I don't want to use any chud outlets to read about this, but it seems like...
No, don't give them any support.
Oh, here it goes. I guess this is what GalaxyCon said, so we'll read this. I guess somebody contacted them, and I don't know if this is real or not. Is Sarah in Gala actually from GalaxyCon? Hold on.
I recognize the name. I've corroborated with a lot of GalaxyCon people in the past. That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, so she actually lives in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Okay. It says, in regards to Dean Cain, although I have a soft spot in my heart because he sent me an autographed postcard in the mail when I was like 10 years old, GalaxyCon's values don't align with Dean. I guess this is a person's name. Also reached out to us quite often, but we're going to pass on him. Who was the other person?
I don't know.
It's not the email person's name. It's another actor.
Probably Kevin Sorbo. Just guessing.
Maybe.
Or Kevin Spacey.
I just don't understand the entire group of people who think it's okay to refuse to make a cake for somebody get mad when they're told they can't be a part of something. GalaxyCon is totally within their rights to tell somebody they don't want them to be a part of their convention.
Yep.
I mean, the guy is, didn't he become an ICE agent? So what? Like everyone who goes to GalaxyCon and attends the con who looks like they might not be pure white has to worry that they're going to get like tackled by the talent.
Yeah.
Again, like a lot of these folks with Gina and all them whatnot, like this is what I'm saying about this stuff. And people be like, why are they getting banned by the, it's like, listen, this country, as of now, who knows what happened by the end of within the next 2 years, you have the freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. That doesn't mean you have freedom of consequence. Right. You want to say all this nonsense? You want to behave this way? Go for it. That is within your own right. But guess what? That doesn't mean you're always going to be welcome at the dinner table. You might have to go sit in the doghouse.
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
But what's interesting to me is how many people apply to be parts of these cons and they just turn them down for other reasons. Are they also entitled to be there? You know what I mean? Like if I were to go, hey, I have a YouTube channel, I want to be offered a panel at your convention, and they're like, no, we don't want you to be there because we don't think you have a big enough following, or we don't like what you say in your videos, or we don't want to work with you this year, whatever the reason might be. Are those reasons okay, but this one isn't? Like is there a difference in it? It's their convention; they can choose to have people there that they want and not associate with people they don't want to associate with. That's what it's how this country works.
Do you remember Virgil? Remember Virgil from the WWE? He used to the cons didn't want him, and he would go set up in the parking lot. He'd put his booth up in the parking lot of the con.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't understand what we're supposed to do with this other than him opening a GoFundMe or some shit. Like, is that what he's going to do? He's going to start begging GoFundMe because he was canceled from GalaxyCon.
But then MegaCon in Orlando is ultra right wing. Like they give geeks and gamers and nerdrotic. They always have Gina Carano. He'll be welcome with open arms at that con.
Yeah.
So there you go. Go to
yeah.
Orlando.
I have no.
You can go retire a little bit for a weekend and shit.
If this were something that weren't being applied to other people in different ways, I'd probably be like, well, that's fucked up. They let everybody else in, but they wouldn't let this one person in. That's not the case. They can choose to deny anybody a panel or a booth. Like, that's within their rights. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. For those who are watching this, like there's probably, I haven't encountered a con yet, thank God, that is like gone out of the way to exclude someone because of either background, color of skin, religion, belief, all that stuff. Like I haven't encountered that yet. Those probably do exist, but this is another example of like, well, each con has a choice. Do you need the money that bad, or you make a statement out here and be like, yo, no, this place is for everybody involved to come together and whatnot. There's no douchebags, no jerks. All those guys can sit in the parking lot if they want to, or hell, not even in the parking lot, probably on the sidewalk.
Surprisingly, I haven't ran into any yet, and I've been going to cons for what'll be 12 years this month. And I know there are ones out there that do exist that are that every once in a while run afoul of people that they probably are less than happy to support at those events. But at least the actual administrations and the people that have the final say of is this person allowed or are they not? They've at least been able to come up with some sort of, what's the word I want to use, diplomacy-based agreement where the person either moves on and goes about their way. It's never gotten, at least out of everything I've seen, it's never gotten ugly.
Yeah, let me make this clear. I agree with this. If it's a protected class, like something that is federally protected that you can't exclude somebody for, then that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. But if it's like, oh, you're a member of ICE and you've been talking about arresting a bunch of people and shipping them off to a concentration camp, then yeah, you should be excluded for that. You know what I mean? Like if they want to exclude you for that, they should be able to exclude you for that. But if it's like, I don't want to have you here because you're a Christian, like that would be a different.
No, yeah, that's
conversation.
That'd be ridiculous. Like again, I don't. A lot of these, right-leaning individuals, groups, bands, singers, actors, whatever may have you. And I'm hoping we see more of it. I hope they don't. I wonder if they don't realize that, like, yo, people are fed up and they're having enough. I think either today or yesterday at an AEW event, in the middle, like right before a match started, people just started chanting "fuck ICE," and it was like, yo. That's like people are livid up here. Like, you think you're gonna go passing down that way? And again, there's some cons that like you'd expect, like, wow, this person got approved to like get a badge or whatnot. I went to San Diego, and then my cross paths, I saw Neurotic a few feet away, and it literally felt like something out of Last Crusade, where like I'm Indy and he's mustache dude, and it was like, oh shit, I'm right in front of this dude who like. We walk different worlds apart, and it's weird, man. It's really, really weird. I'm hoping one day I can be a guest to one of these cons, and that especially San Diego, and get my own like name card and whatnot. But I hope I'm not excluded, for dumb reasons and whatnot. So it's weird, but again,
it depends. If you're talking about the cons down in Florida, like MegaCon, they might be like, no, we only want geeks and gamers and nerd.
Yeah.
What bothers me though is MegaCon is owned, I believe, by Fan Expo, and Fan Expo is like I always tell people you should boycott Fan Expo. Don't go to Fan Expo any city, and write to them and tell them it's because you had these guests at MegaCon. But
again, people, I think for a week now, people have they already done a petition of like boycott Star Wars Celebration because someone found out that like they're run by Repop, and Repop is owned or is associated with some company that has been funding ICE, and it's just like, yo, what the fuck? And it's just like everybody being like, yo, boycott petition, and be like, yo, knock the shit off, dude. Like, don't do this. Like, this goes against everything you guys are doing.
I really wish people would let the talent know. I wish people would let the talent know who's, because like Ewan McGregor, Mark Hamill, they're getting booked to go to a con. They don't know. Who these people are. But I feel like if you told Ewan McGregor, hey, those guys that chased your co-star Moses Ingram off Twitter and were sending her racist messages, the same con that has you as a guest this weekend invited the people that did that and made them, invited members of the con too. Because if the guests then start going, yeah, I'm not going to attend that con.
I would love a confrontation of like one of these guys to be one of those people like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And just like, whew. Like, no. You think it's just other people online that don't like you or are fed up with you? Like, no. Like, even the celebrities that you watch their stuff are fed up with you.
It's like you gotta wake up to reality, dude.
Yeah.
Thinker T here says, I think in regards to what you were saying, Rona, the ref in that AEW bout said on Twitter that he deliberately delayed starting the match to let the chant resonate longer.
Bravo.
And the fact that those chants start completely like unprompted, that tells you something.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like a guy like Dean Cain has gone past the point of no return. He's been a conservative for years, and he's still been able to attend these cons. But he kept pushing it further and further and further, and now ICE is murdering people in the streets. And if you're supporting that, this isn't just I am right-leaning. We have a difference of opinion. I vote for Trump. That's just a difference of opinion. You've now taken it to one step too far, and you were still getting cons when you were conservative.
Yeah.
But now you've gone that one extra step. Of course, you're not going to get them anymore.
Yeah.
All right. We are 4 out of 10 super chats on the Reloaded channel, and I am going to put up the poll right now.
Any bonus topics tonight?
We will actually do the bonus topic poll tonight if they choose it.
Okay.
So this is actually, so I'm gonna do a poll, and it's gonna run for 30 minutes if we hit the goal, and we will do the topic that wins the poll tonight if we hit the goal. So there we go. And the poll is starting right now, which means if we hit it within the next 30 minutes, we will do whatever wins the poll. Here are the choices. So you guys think about this. Top 3 worst movies of all time, according to you. Top 3 best movies of all time, according to you. Top 3 underrated sequel movies of all time. And top 3 favorite actors or actresses of all time.
Okay.
So those are the categories. If you guys want us to discuss one of those tonight, then we need 6 more super chats of any tier in the Reloaded channel. So
are we gonna still do that? I think you said it that give me 3 hot Star Wars takes to say when are we still doing that? I don't know.
What did you say, Jake?
I said he reminded me, so I said, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, that's going to be the one we will do on the next stream. So
okay.
So tonight we're doing one of those that you just said, but we don't know which one yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
But I feel like we can answer all of these. All of these are things that I could probably easily come up with a list for. So,
all right, it was best movies, worst movies, underrated sequels, and favorite
actors, actors/actresses. Yeah. So we need 6 more super chats to do that, any level. So $6 more will get us there if everybody wanted to tip $1. So,
guys, YouTube is still on this channel.
Let's talk about the fact that we're gonna have Falcon and did you guys see this news yet?
Oh,
Falcon and Mr. Fantastic in a relationship together.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal officially replaces Joaquin Phoenix in Todd Hayes' new gay romance movie De Noche. He stars opposite Danny Ramirez. I can just tell you right now, the amount of chud thumbnails that are going to come out about this as soon as they pick up this news is going to be crazy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Joel's going to kiss the guy that went out to murder him?
I am so excited for the crash outs on this one. This one's going to be fun. I'm sure we're going to see some hateful stuff.
Oh no, the little bird finally came out of the nest.
Yeah, some stupid shit like that. I'm pretty sure.
And also, people who freak out, what the hell? What the hell is Pedro doing? It's like, this is the second time he's done something like this, because he did a short film with Ethan Hawke where he played a gay cowboy. They weren't necessarily doing Brokeback Mountain all over again, but I forgot the director's name, but I think this is the second or third time Pedro's done this. So this is not news. Nothing new for me. But I'm happy that this project is going down the way, because I remember being I was so happy for Danny Ramirez, and then Joaquin had to bail out, and then I was like, oh man, but hopefully it delivers.
It's almost like these guys are doing their job, acting.
I just think it's funny because these are 2 MCU characters, or 2 MCU actors, I guess you say.
Yeah, and they're going to be in arguably the highest grossing movie this year. So.
When does De Noche come out? When is that?
I don't know if it has a date yet.
Is it still in the process of getting together and filming?
My guess is probably 2028, 2029, depending on Pedro and Danny's schedules.
Right. I thought this was pretty funny. Zap Rouse Dower. Always it's hard to say that. Eric, how do you feel about Angry Joe? Not Woke Joe. Not Crazy Joe, but Angry Joe. He's had some takes that crossed over with chud takes on some shows / films, like the new Star Trek show. Angry Joe is not someone that I think is necessarily doing it because of culture. Because I've heard him, he's argued with Nerdrotic, and he's argued with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers from time to time. I think he's just a guy on YouTube trying to create content. I don't see him as what I'm saying is I don't think he has an ulterior motive. Now, do I agree with some of the stuff he does? No. But I think he just makes the content he wants to make, is essentially what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think he's gone off the deep end yet. I don't think so.
Careful, Ronan. Don't jinx
it. And again, I passively watch his stuff back in the day, but I haven't seen his stuff in a while now, so.
Yeah. I used to watch Angry Joe years and years and years ago, and then I just kind of moved on from his content. And I mean, I heard he's still got a bunch of people that follow him and watch his stuff and everything. Good for him, I guess. But also, I think so. I think people get confused about quote unquote chud takes. I'm not saying that you are Zap here, but if, say for example, I didn't like Starfleet Academy, say that was the camp that I was in, I would not like it for some tangible reason, something that the show does that absolutely is an issue for me. Like, say for example, I don't like a certain character. I don't like this particular storyline. I don't like the personality of XYZ. I think that the action is bad. I think the editing
Pacing
is
is slow.
Yeah, those would be my issues for disliking it. I would never dislike something because a black person is in it. I would never dislike something because a gay person is in it, or a woman's in it, or there's a Mary Sue, or one of the dumb reasons they don't like anything. The reason why I have issues with those channels, and I've said this many, many times, is not because they don't like something. I don't care if people don't like something. My issue is what they do on that path leading up to something coming out. They spend a year attacking Rachel Zegler. They spend years attacking Brie Larson. They do all of this, these things that have nothing to do with the movie itself.
Yeah. And again, I perfect example, because you brought her up, Brie Larson. I was sort of middle of the road with her in the first Captain Marvel movie. And then I was hoping for Endgame, okay, we're going to get more Carol Danvers.
Right.
And she shows up for 5 minutes, and then she's gone. I was like, God damn it.
Dude,
and then
the amount
I went to go see the Marvels. And I was like, oh, there's Carol. There she is for me. And again, both movies, I don't like them as whole movies. I'm not crazy about them. There's moments I like about each one. But even before both movies, when she was announced as Carol, I was like, fuck yeah, because I liked her in 21 Jump Street. I had seen a little bit of her in Scott Pilgrim. And I was like, oh, she's got talent. Like, she can go places. And, I listen, I support her in all the ways. Some stuff, sometimes she behaves. Some movies, I'm not into it. But that doesn't mean I'm going to completely dismiss her just because she's a woman. Like, come on now.
Right.
The amount of white incels that wouldn't shut up about Brie Larson 5 years back was insane.
Yeah, well, a lot of their channels were built off of that. There were some channels that were built off of Ghostbusters, and some were built off of Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Off of Snow White. Columbia Rican here sent a $2 super chat for you, Ronan.
Ronan. What did I jinx?
Yeah, that's which one was it?
No, I said don't jinx it about that guy not going off the deep end yet.
Oh yeah, I knocked wood. Yeah.
See, we had a comment here from Mayo Jufro. Says, "Hey, Eric and Joe, were people like Chris Gore and Robert Meyer Burnett always no?"
No, I mean, again, it kind of breaks my heart to bring him up, but like when the great John Snepp was with us, I never, ever heard Robert Meyer Burnett behave in some of these ways. I never heard it like that before.
I've talked to him.
Same.
I've hung out with him. I hung out with him in his office. I was a fan of his before he started doing YouTube, because he made a movie in 1998 called Free Enterprise that I loved because I related to it. I felt like it was my life story on screen. I'm like, these characters are so relatable. I feel like I know these guys. I feel like I'm one of these guys. And he, of all the chuds, is the one that disappoints me. I don't even know if chud's the right word for him. He tries to dangle his feet in both worlds. Like, he tries to play it right down the middle, and I don't think.
Well, I've seen him have takes where he's like, "No, that's gross," blah blah blah, and then he'll have a take where he's like, "Oh, well, women suck and they're ruining everything," and it's like, what are we doing here? Like, what's happening? You know what I mean?
Chris Gore has definitely leaned into it more than Robert Meyer Burnett, because Robert Meyer Burnett will fire back, but never when he's on a panel with them.
Right.
He won't do it when they're in his company.
I'm going to show you guys something here very quickly before we move on from this. But Robert Meyer Burnett put out a tweet, and I responded to it because I know he's been on, at least I think he's been on Council of Creators, right? Like, he's been on there before.
One time.
I know he goes on with William at Sci-Fi Center quite often.
He was on there one time, like way back in the day.
He posted something.
Right. Yeah.
If I can find it. Hold on.
Oh, Eric, can I just mention something, by the way?
Yeah.
Next, this upcoming Wednesday, this guy over here to my right, his 100th appearance on Council.
Ooh.
Thanks, man. I feel old.
What show is this? Council of what?
Council of Creators.
Chainsaw Reacts show. He is great.
Oh,
great
okay.
lineup of
I've been
people.
on a stream with Chainsaw Reacts before.
Yeah. He's a cool guy, and the
Yeah.
lineup is really good. So
He came on to Perp stream when we were criticizing Skywalker or Skiwalker.
Oh,
Skywalker
that
the Jedi.
fucking James Gunn guy, yeah.
Yeah, it was the day he said he rolled up on James Gunn.
No, he pulled up on him.
Yeah, he said he was going to pull up on him.
Oh, that was it. Pulled up because I said, a pull-up's a diaper. Are you saying you crapped your pants? He didn't like that.
I guess he deleted it. I'm looking through Robert Meyer Burnett's Twitter. He posted something about joining him on a stream for a conversation. Robservations, I think, is what it was called.
He said to join you. He said you to join him.
No. He posted publicly that if people have an issue with stuff that he said, they can join him or email him or whatever on his show, Robservations, which
Yeah.
I've never seen.
That's his thing, though. He insists you go to his show. If you
Okay, no, here it is. Here it is. I'll show you guys.
Because he and Jarbo had an argument, and Jarbo's like, "Come on my stream," and he's like, "No, you come on my stream." And then they had competing streams at the exact same time.
Right.
And both of them gave each other the link, and neither one they were like, "No, you come here. No, you come."
So it says here, you'll see my response to it. If you have a problem with my point of view, there's an open invitation to come on my show, Robservations, or directly address me live on YouTube, or send me a letter. I'll read it live at his email address. All I ask is your real name and a legit contact number. And I responded by, "What do you mean by problem?" Because I wanted clarification. Is it more of a vibes thing, or are we talking about issues with the actual fidelity in media? Both? ? He never responded, and then not responding to me. Because I have actually pushed back on a lot of his stuff before. He goes, "I've had this open door policy for 6 years. No one has ever taken me up on it because, of course, cowards all, but bitch all you want on Reddit or Discord. I say, come at me, bra, live on YouTube. Stand up for your convictions. Let's have a discussion." And I tried to. He didn't respond to me. And now he goes, "Now's your chance, Matt Jarbo. Let's see if you can debate the Robster." "Oh, I've offered," he said, "only on his channel." Nope, that's not the deal. Open invitation to my channel live with viewer interaction. That's it. And then what is that?
People are stupid.
Oh, wait. Jarbo responded, "What happened now? I will talk to Rob. He wants to debate you. Kindly accept his invitation on his stream for a no-holds-barred discussion about film, pop culture, YouTube politics, real-world politics, or whatever you feel like talking about. Debate me on what? I don't know anything. I'm about to go live if you want to come on." And then they won't do it. They won't do it. That's the issue.
Yeah, Matt keeps going my channel, and Rob keeps going my channel, and it goes nowhere.
Anyway, I asked what it was he was talking about. He didn't respond to me. And I know he sees these responses. There's only like 8 responses under his tweet, so I know he saw it. So I'm like, what the fuck?
If you want to text him, I got his phone number.
So here we go. So this is another issue. Going to show sounds like a trap. I've said this before. If you're debating somebody and the chat is interacting and the people are reading the chat, then that's a problem, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up debating the chat. So, what's that sound?
And then when you debate a chat, a crash out is imminent.
There was background music. I don't know who it was coming from.
That's my thing. I'm trying to fix something. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you might hear this for a minute. Sorry.
Wait, hold on. Matt said Rob wanted like 10K for Matt to come on his show and debate him years ago. What? I don't know.
He actually threatened Matt. He told Matt, "I'm going to come to where you live." Like he made this threat, like, "Watch out, I'm going to find out where you live and like show up." Matt was
Wait, who said that?
Robert Meyer Burnett.
All right.
What the fuck?
I don't mind going on and talking with somebody about culture and things like that, but I'm not going to go on and have a yelling match with somebody while chat is just chiming in. That's just stupid. Like, who wants to do that? A debate requires both people to go in, allowing the other person to at least have a chance to talk. And I feel like when you have two people without a moderator, it's going to turn into a yelling match most of the time. That's just my opinion. I've seen it happen way too many times. All right, we are still 4 out of 10 super chats. I guess nobody wants to see us talk about these tonight. Top 3 worst movies of all time, top 3 best movies of all time, top 3 underrated sequel movies, and top 3 fave actors/actresses of all time. We only got a little bit longer. I'm only going to be on for about 2.5 hours, and we're at the hour and a half mark already.
Guys, come on, get this man a Domino's pizza.
I know, I need one. Actually, I had a really bad experience with Pizza Hut the other night.
No.
I have nostalgia for pizza. Like when I was in school, we used to get personal pan pizzas as rewards for shit all the time. When I was younger.
Same here. Well, actually, I had Popeyes, but
yeah.
We had our own like system of pizzas, if you will, but over here on the East Coast, it's weird.
Look at this
Eric,
$2 super chat from Columbia Rican. Here's another one. Come on, y'all, let's go.
Eric, do you still get Pizza Hut from the actual restaurant, or do you get it from like another store? Because when I do eat Pizza Hut pizza, it's from Target.
Oh no! It's an actual store.
I'll go from the actual Pizza Hut.
But the problem is, and I don't know why this is, but if you don't go and pick it up yourself, it's just not as good as having it delivered by someone else. I don't know why that is. I don't know what the reason is. But if I go there and I pick it up myself, it's usually pretty good. If I have it delivered through like Uber Eats or DoorDash or even through Pizza Hut itself, it's never as good. I don't know why that is, but it just is. Pizza rewards equal good grade. Right. So you would go in. I remember, I'm going to get nostalgic for a second and probably show my age. Maybe not. I don't know. But I remember you'd go into school. It's like the middle of the week and you would smell those pizzas coming in. They stack them up in the cafeteria. You'd see them sitting over in these little like bins in the cafeteria. And you just knew that if you did good, you were going to get one of those pizzas. And I just remember I'd walk by and I would just rub my hands and I'd be salivating waiting for it.
Yep.
So,
Yep. And then what was funny is, like pizza parties and stuff back in the day for school, the slice was like that thin.
Yeah.
The tutorial.
Yeah. What were you just doing, Joe?
Huh?
You were doing something with the screen. I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, no, I was touching the top of my microphone.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's see what else I got over here on the old Twitter to talk about. What do y'all think about the Kid Rock concert that's happening?
Fuck Kid Rock.
That's for the Erica Kirk thing, right?
Yeah, the Turning Point USA halftime show. It's going to be on five different platforms because they don't have any way to put it out on TV.
Dude, I would like to say I won't be watching, but the truth is I won't be watching the Super Bowl at all. So
yeah, I've heard people say that as well. Yeah.
I can't wait for that Bad Bunny and Green Day show.
By the way, you know whose music isn't charting right now? Kid Rock. But you know whose music is recharting right now? Bad Bunny. Almost all of his big hits are back in the top 10 right now, which is crazy.
Kid Rock hasn't been relevant. Even before he went MAGA, he hasn't been relevant in like 25 years.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering if we're going to have a moment like last year's Super Bowl, what was it last year when
Kendrick Lamar?
Fucking Kendrick Lamar wowed everyone.
Yes, please.
Not like us.
Yes, I want that.
That was
I want that.
I remember messaging a mutual of mine and Ronan's Johnny that night. I was like, "Are you seeing this shit?"
Yeah, I having who was it? Oh my god, what was her name? Tennis player. Oh my gosh, Serena. I think it was Serena Williams.
Serena, yes.
And it's like, yo, this is fucking meta.
I'll say this. You want to know what a good, a really good halftime show was, and this is this was particularly good for any '90s kids. But,
Prince.
What? Oh, you said
Prince.
Yeah.
I didn't know he did a halftime show.
I was thinking of the one from like 3-4 years ago where it was like Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Mary Blige, Dre, Eminem, all those guys together. That's the last time I remember loving a halftime show like from pretty much start to end. Because last year, they had the whole big thing with Kendrick. I was like, that's awesome, but not much of that show sticks out to me outside of that.
Yeah.
So we hit the goal in the Debunks channel, so the poll is started over there. I'll read those out in a second. Columbia Rican with the $5 super chat. I believe this is the one that did hit the goal for us over there. As a New Yorker, I'm a stickler for true pizza and folding it while eating it, but I do love California barbecue chicken thin crust frozen pizza. So the barbecue or the California Pizza Kitchen ones. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. And if the turtles taught us anything, it's never pay full admission for late pizza.
Yeah, I'm with him about that. Yeah, like again, I'm that way with like Mexican or Salvadorian food. I'm like, it better be fucking authentic.
Do you want to know my completely illogical reason for why I don't fold pizza?
Why?
I'm telling you right off the bat, it's illogical.
Okay.
You have a slice of pizza. What you have is what you have. It's the same amount of pizza.
Right.
But if I fold it, it takes less bites to eat it, and I feel like I get less pizza. Whereas if I eat it flat, I feel like it takes longer, and I feel like I get more pizza.
Oh my God. So I love all different kinds of pizza. I love the thin crust. I love the like grandma style pizzas. I like Detroit deep dish, Chicago deep dish. New York style, like the pizza you walk and talk and eat with. By the way, and I don't know what it is, I lived in New York for almost a year, and to this day, nothing tastes like the crust you get from New York pizza when you buy it from like the vendors. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure what the difference is. They say it's New York water. I don't know if that's true, but I truly believe that New York has special stuff in the water out there.
Look, maybe it's hometown bias.
Have you seen that Hudson River?
Maybe it's hometown bias, but like I've been to New York. I've had New York pizza, and it's great. But I think Philly pizza's better.
Chariot says deep dish for life. I am a big fan of Chicago deep dish pizza. I like the thick cheese pulls that you get from those. Absolutely love them. And Harrison with a 99-cent super chat says, for the pizza fund. All right, well, there we go. We're getting closer and closer.
By the way, you mentioned the water. When I lived in Phoenix, Arizona, there was only one place you can get a decent pizza out there, and it was called NYPD, New York Pizza Department.
Oh, my God.
And what they did was they chemically treated the water to match the pH balance of the water in New York.
What?
And the pizza was fantastic.
Yeah. The only bad pizza I've had is County Fair. I've had a lot of bad pizza in my life.
Oof.
I'm telling you guys, it's going to happen this year. As soon as the weather is nice, I'm going to create a channel where I go around and try different pizza places. I'm going to do it. It's 100% going to happen.
Yes. So what you should do if you're going to do that, just go to the place and then ask, like, hey, what is the widely proclaimed best pizza on your menu? What is your thing? Like, what is your signature?
I've already got my whole plan done, and Jake, you're absolutely right. That's one of the things I'm going to do. But what my plan is, I'm going to try a base cheese pizza, like a basic cheese pizza, and then whatever their best signature pizza is. Like that's.
See, I already knew half your plan.
Yeah, so that's the plan, basically. I like thin crust too, you guys. Stop shading thin crust. Thin crust is good sometimes as well.
Sometimes it's I don't know. I'm like to me it reminds me of Cece's Pizza a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I didn't mind it in middle school, high school, but then I was like, all right, I need to leave this behind.
So
every once in a while when I run into a CC's, I still enjoy it.
Yeah. So do you guys prefer a crust like a filled crust pizza, I guess?
Yes.
I don't mind them, but let me tell you, I've said this before.
I like it. I just don't like having to pay for it.
Let me just tell you, back in the day, I would say early 2000s to about 2010, there was a company called Freshetta. It's a store-bought pizza.
Yeah.
That had sauce stuffed crust. So they'd have their normal marinara on the pizza, but then a spicy marinara in the crust. So you'd eat your whole pizza, and then the crust would have this nice layer of sauce inside of it. That is the last stuffed crust that I really liked, and nobody makes them anymore. The only one.
There is a timeshare that some people in my family still have. It's kind of like a going through like we're passing it through the family type thing, and like whenever like somebody and their partner gets to a certain point, then they'll be the ones that take over it. There's a family-owned pizza place about 15 minutes from there. To this day, that is still the best pizza I've ever had. I go there every time I head down to that property.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So.
Yeah.
Michael,
if I'm ever taking anybody to like the Moorhead area, I always take them to that pizza place.
We got Michael in the house, channel member. Thank you so much. As you watch live or VOD, click the like, thumbs up button. It helps the channel grow. And click subscribe and the bell button for alerts of new streams and videos. There we go. Thank you so much, Michael.
Mute this shit.
What are you trying to mute?
I'm working on something over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Jose, this is exactly what I was about to say. We have about 8 minutes actually left in the goal for 5 super chats of any dollar amount, meaning 99 cents counts, to reach the goal for us to do the poll that is there today.
Come on, guys, just give up.
So if you were going to,
just give up $5 menu burgers. Come on.
Yeah, if you were going to super chat $5, don't super chat
$1 each.
Eric, I'm almost close to monetizing my channel. Is it difficult to manage the super chats, or like if you do Streamlabs, is it difficult to manage all those all that money going in, or is it simple?
I got the same question because I'm also close.
Wait, what do you mean, like keeping track of them, or
keeping track of it and making sure the money goes into your account and that YouTube doesn't take a lot of it?
Well, YouTube takes the amount off of the total super chat. So like whatever your total super chat is at the end of the month, they're going to take 30% off of the top of it.
Okay.
That's just the flat, unless that's changed. That's what it's always been. And it's based on your actual, like you can go in and look at your individual like super chat amount and see what that's going to be. So
yeah, I'm really close to reaching the watch hours on mine.
Yeah, that's like what Canograph is saying. 5 super chats though gives YouTube a larger chunk of the money, unfortunately, opposed to 1. Yeah. I tell you what, I'll make it real simple. 1 $5 super chat. We won't get the confetti, but if we get it, we will do what's on the poll. 1 $5 super chat will do it, just because that's all it takes is 5 $1 super chats to get the confetti. If you want the confetti, though, you got 7 minutes. Also, now that we hit the goal in the Debunks channel, here are your options for bonus videos from me.
You can follow basic instructions.
Here we go. Jester Bell video breakdown for all the people who love those.
Now this
that's hilarious, Eric.
The other one is a Kathleen Kennedy debunk of Critical Drinkers video, because he did the Kathleen Kennedy crash and burn video, and I've already got my notes for the debunk on it. I just have to film it. If you guys want me to film that, then that will be the one you can vote on. Destroying Heel versus Babyface again. I can do another Heel versus Babyface video.
What kind of name is that?
It's a channel here on YouTube. And a Ryan Kennel wellness check, meaning I'll go through his channel and look at all of his numbers and stats, and I'll do all the math and figure all that out.
Hey, King of the
If
World.
you want to do that.
I'll let it go to your head,
What the fuck is that noise?
I have no idea.
Bruce Campbell. I hear Bruce Campbell's.
Oh, is it Bruce Campbell?
Hey, yo, she bitch.
I had it going on the background of my thing. Sorry.
All right. So with that being said, let's look over here. I did have a couple other things to chat about, just in case we do not.
I'm just glad. I'm Ronan. Thank you for that quote.
Oh, yo, she bitch.
Yep.
Columbia Rica says I changed my vote for the Critical Drinker video. Okay, I'll look at the percentages and we'll calculate that.
Have you guys talked about the notion that Kristen Stewart bought the Highland Theater in LA?
What about it?
That she bought a theater.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's not at the Highland Theater, which I heard it's a pretty legendary theater, and they just used it for both Wonder Man, where Simon and Trevor go see Midnight Cowboy, and they used it for backdrop to use it as the new Beverly for the Clint Booth movie that Fincher's doing for Netflix.
Oh wow!
They used it as a stand-in for the new Beverly.
Yeah, they painted it at like the new Beverly was back in the 70s,
but
for the Clint Booth movie. Yeah.
But Quentin Tarantino owns the new Beverly. He couldn't have just let them
So I think if I know that's what I first thought, but I think it was that the New Beverly originally was in a different location in the city back then,
Okay.
and then they moved it to where it's at right now. Yeah, I'm assuming that's the case.
All right. We got this here. I saw this today and I thought it was interesting and worth talking about. If you've watched Pluribus, if not, it doesn't matter. There's no spoilers here. However, it says that Vince Gilligan says Pluribus season 2 writers are quote unquote plugging away, but it won't return anytime soon. And goes on to say, we appreciate everybody's patience, but it's not going to be the pit coming back every year. I wish Darren were here because I know Darren has a lot of strong opinions about this.
Yeah,
but
I need to watch it.
Yeah. So my question though is it good to have a show that's such a massive hit and then go, yeah, we're going to wait like 3 years before releasing another season?
I think
I
that's not working anymore.
Yes and no, because I think, let me check. I think Andor, I go back to it. Andor, I think it took a year or two to come back. But I know that when season 1 was coming out, they were already writing and working on season 2. And the only time I felt like a loss of momentum was ironically for a show I love as well called Invincible between seasons 1 and 2. Fuck you, Jake. I love you, man. And I know. I think Jonathan Nolan, and I forget the lady, the showrunner. She's awesome. They said that like for Fallout, Jonathan Nolan, for Fallout, they're trying to avoid that because the momentum right now is so good on the show that they don't want to wait too long to come back to the show and have people fall out and no pun intended, fall out and forget about the show.
What this article leaves out is that right after Vince Gilligan said that the show wasn't going to return anytime soon, the co-showrunner, Vince Skipper, hit him with his head and said, "Oh, little buddy."
Oh my God. How many people in the chat are going to get that? We'll see.
Unfortunately.
If anybody gets that, you can give a thumbs up. I am a very huge proponent of shows coming out somewhat regularly, even if it's like we're going to do a season every 2 years. Okay, cool. We know when it's coming out. I don't like this idea that we just don't know when the next season is coming out. Just say like this is our target for when the season is going to come out. You know what I mean?
That's why a lot of these shows, I wish their marketing was big on like even on the year you're not on the air. Stay in touch with the audience in a big bad way, not just putting out a teaser, not just putting out a trailer and a poster. Like engage with the audience,
right?
That we're working on the show and we haven't forgotten about it. That we're coming back soon. Just stay with us. Like I wish more shows did that, in my opinion.
Don't you miss the days of organized Arrowverse TV where it was a new season?
We could always kind of guess when it was coming out.
The problem I have is that I always, if they take too long to come back and I forget what happened. Like they did it with, what's the show? The Ben Stiller show. I'm blanking on
Severance?
Severance. They did it with Severance. I watched season 1 of Severance. I really liked it. Then season 2 came along, but like 3 years had passed and I didn't remember what happened in season 1. So you know what I did? I didn't watch season 2. I just didn't bother because I felt like I needed to rewatch season 1 to refresh my memory, and I didn't have time.
Jason says everyone on here is too young for Gilligan's Island.
No, I would always.
That's a disgrace, man.
I would always catch reruns of that. And what was funny is there were several shows, and what was funny is we brought up Arrowverse just now. One of them even referenced Gilligan's Island, because whenever they're stuck on the island in the flashbacks, I remember Slade is like, "Hey, if you go into the forest and gather as much bamboo as you could find, we could build ourselves a boat like they did on Gilligan's Island."
Canada Grass says, I 100% miss when seasons came out every year. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember who said it. It might have been Paige that said it, that network TV kind of died with the CW, like the traditional format.
I mean, if we're being honest, COVID fucked all that stuff in the ass.
It did. All right, so we did get a $10 super chat, which means we definitely, with no confetti, we still hit the goal from Michael, being very generous here. Hey, DJ Eric, thank you for taking the time to make these streams and videos. I greatly appreciate them. Well, I appreciate you and your super chat, which means you guys get 5 minutes to vote on the Reloaded poll before we close it, and whatever you pick is what we're going to do. We will take a few minutes for everybody to get their list together, but I feel like all of those are so easy for us to sort of jot down our questions we can. So thank you, Michael, and everybody who donated tonight. I do appreciate it, and it's going to be a fun little poll there. Jose said, I miss Canadagraphs taking pictures of set images. You mean those like potato photographs Whitney used to take? Those ones?
You mean the one that completely ruined Tom Ellis's surprise appearance?
Oh no, not Jake pulling out the OG stuff. That's what
So the only time I appreciated Canada's photos was the last
only time you appreciate it.
No. Because I'm saying it because I didn't watch the Arrowverse. So like I was like, oh okay. I always thought it was TMZ. No, I worded Canada, if you're watching this, my bad, man. I worded that wrong. The only time it impacted me in a big way was when he took photos of The Last of Us Season 2. And I saw that Ellie looked like she did, somewhat looked like she did in the game. Oh, god damn it. My bad, Canada. If you're watching this, my bad. I worded that wrong.
No, that Lucifer thing, that wasn't like TMZ that did that. Like, that photo came out, and then he was on Entertainment Weekly. Tom Ellis was trying to lie his ass off. He's like, oh, yeah, no, I was just over there in Vancouver
visiting
that stuff for a birthday party. It's like, dude, you're messing up.
Look, Canadagraph's like, I'm not taking credit. I didn't photograph Tom Ellis that night.
I heard, too, that...
my bad, Canada.
So I don't know if this is the show that I heard about or something else, but I saw a thing that said Last of Us 3 is in early development. Are they talking about a third game?
I think it's the show, right?
The show, Season 3. Yeah, that's covering the second game. But because the whole Baldur's Gate announcement or news out of Deadline is that, like, does this mean that for now, this might be the last season of the show until maybe they announce they're going to do a third game, and then they're going to have to wait a while to adapt that third game because they flat out said at the beginning, both Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann, that we're not going to go the Game of Thrones route. Where there's no more source material, that's it. We stop.
Wait a minute, Tom Ellis. That's Lucifer, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I literally just started watching that.
Oh, it's a good series.
I'm 2 episodes in.
The guys that did Last of Us, that's Naughty Dog, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can they do another Jack game, please? A good one?
Harrison, we talked about Baldur's Gate at the very beginning of the stream. Xana said,
Canada, if you can get a photo of Season 3 of The Last of Us and send it to me, I would appreciate it.
Xana says you guys talk about the Fallout finale yet. I have not because I don't know who's seen it and who hasn't seen it.
So fucking good.
Yeah, I could say that I really enjoyed it, but I don't want to spoil anything. There's a lot of spoilers in the finale.
Jason, Black Myth Wukong is so much fun. I love that game.
Is Fallout worth watching if I know nothing?
Yes.
Yes, you don't have to know anything about the games to watch the show.
I am a huge Last of Us fan. Joe, I am a huge fan and I love the show. And for a while, I always said the Last of Us show is the best video game adaptation. I can comfortably say Fallout takes the ranking right now, number 1.
The only thing I know about Fallout is that the girl from Star Trek Prodigy stars in it.
Yeah, Ella Purnell as Lucy. Yeah. She's awesome. She is a goddess.
I know another Bethesda game series that has the potential to be the best game adaptation show if they do it, but they probably won't.
Which one?
If they adapt fucking Elder Scrolls, dude, they've got a gold mine on their hands.
Ah. All right, so before I start writing names into the wheel, Ronan, are you staying or going for the poll?
As of now, I think I can stick around. Yeah.
Oh, you are going to stick around, or you're not?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right.
So, which thing won?
We're getting ready to do it in just a second, and then we'll figure it out. But I'm going to go ahead and put the names into the list or the wheel. So
doing the wheel of morality.
Yeah. So we got Joe, Jake, Ronan, me, Joe.
You should just write me.
Good.
You know what, Fetman? The sad part is that's probably 100% correct.
Wait, what did you say? Oh,
Probably rather remaster it again. No, I said it was a joke I made for the longest time, and I wouldn't put it past them because of all the damn expansions and Creation Club add-ons that they keep giving Skyrim. I said one of these days there's going to be another add-on to Skyrim that's an Elder Scrolls 6 add-on. So it's like, here, play Elder Scrolls 6 inside of Elder Scrolls 5. It's like, fuck you guys.
Lone Wolf here with the $5 super chat said, I don't know if Joe saw it, so I'll super chat it. Thank you, Lone Wolf. When I can't remember what happened, just watch a recap video on YouTube. Any of you do that? I do that a lot, actually.
Sometimes.
I typically do it with the shows that take more than a year to come back.
So Stranger Things?
Yeah, absolutely. I watched 3 different Stranger Things recap videos before Stranger Things final season.
I did a full rewatch of the entire series before season.
That 4th season was too damn long for me to do that.
Season 4 is by far my least favorite. Season 4 was a mess. All the episodes were too long. It was
4 and 2 are arguably the best seasons.
Wait.
Is 4 the one with the Russians?
4 is the one with Eddie Munson.
Right, but is that the one where Hopper goes to Russia?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
he goes at the end of season 3, but season 4 is the season where he's in Russia.
Right.
Season 3 is probably my favorite. Season 1, 2, and 3 are fantastic, but 3 with the mall, it's flawless.
I like them all.
I think 3 was the weakest.
Yeah, no, I do that a lot, Lone Wolf. It's something. Typically, I look for specific types of channels though, because a lot of them are AI now. So, which sucks, honestly. Master here says 4 was the worst in my opinion.
Yeah, they really bounced back with the 5th one though. Season 5 should have been called The Apology for season 5.
Season 5 was probably my second least favorite season.
Really?
Loved season 5.
Yeah, I go back and forth between 2 and 4. I'll probably say 2 is my favorite, then 4, 1, 3, 5. Or no. 2, 4, 1, 5, 3.
All right. So the people have spoken. Our bonus topic get your list ready. Top 3 worst movies of all time.
Oh.
So
funny thing is, I could piss in some Cheerios with this one.
Well, I feel like this one might be across the we might not have any of the same answers on this one.
Probably not.
So Lone Wolf with their $5 super chat says, Jake, we get so many. Thank you for the super chat, Lone Wolf. Jake, we get so many remake, remaster games, but never Bloodborne. Help me cope, Jake.
Well, we need Bloodborne 2.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of Bloodborne, that's on my list for this year of Lost Levels games to play, so that'll be streaming. Yep. It's going to be a bitch getting some of that data back, but it'll be fun.
Yeah. Yo, video games.
Video games.
Totally awesome video games.
Did we get another super chat? I feel like I heard one go off.
I'll be impressed if anyone knows what movie that's the theme song for.
Michael DeFonte with a $5 super chat. Anyone watching? The channel has a really good Discord. Thank you for reminding me, Michael. Let me share the Discord link.
Eric forgot the channel had a Discord. Thank you for reminding him.
Yeah, I forgot. Even though I use it every day. Here we go. We're going to share the link for Discord. If anybody wants to join, this is the link. It's not public most of the time, so you have to get in when I drop it. There you go. Once you join, or if you are a channel member, if you're already a Discord member, and you haven't done it yet, there is a channel called Role Request. If you go into that channel, you can ask for a specific role. You can say, I want the debunk title, I want the reloaded title, whichever one you want. Just ask for it in there, and I will give you that role request. So thank you so much. And thank you for the super chat, Michael. Do appreciate it.
So this is our 3 worst movies?
Yep, of all time. And there's no lock on decade or genre or anything like that.
All right.
Let me see. I've got a list of stuff over here. Oh gosh, one of these I put down. Oh gosh. So I might have So Bad They're Good on here, even though I like them. They're just so bad they're good. I think that's what I'm gonna put one of those on my list.
I feel like I know
I might
what
do
one
that.
to put on there.
All right.
It's not pizza. It's not true. It's bullshit.
No, Ronan. God damn it. Oh no.
Well, we'll see who gets to that
hi,
one
Mom.
first, because I feel like that one might be one that a lot of people are going to
I
say.
thought about it, but I was like, no, that's too easy.
All right, so chat, tonight, if you agree with somebody's list, you're going to throw a slice of deep dish pizza at them.
Ooh.
And if you disagree with their list, you're going to throw...
Eggplant.
No, because that gets blocked by YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yep. Peach and eggplants get blocked by YouTube. Yeah, it happened to a lot of people trying to do it last time. Yeah.
Fucking soft, dude.
A deep dish pizza slice, the stuff you like. And if you don't like it, you can throw a banana. Bananas are bad. Lone Wolf with the $5 super chat says, hell, give me a Bloodborne PC port and I'll be happy like Maximilian Dude. I actually like Maximilian Dude. He's got a good channel.
Cool.
I love Max. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, a lot of his Street Fighter stuff is incredible.
He popped into one of my streams one time way back when, and I was like, what the fuck?
I remember that. You telling me that, yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy moment.
The joke is just pizza. Like, there's actually no deep dish one. I just threw in the deep dish because I'm thinking about it. So, yes, it's just a pizza slice.
Also, what is a pizza slice? Sorry, Chris.
Uh-huh.
By the way, bananas aren't good if you're Keonian.
That's
Just
true, because they can't process the potassium. They throw up glitter. All right, here we go. Let's spin the wheel. Who's going to go first?
Oh, there are so many bad movies I've seen.
Should be easy then. Oh,
all right,
we got Ronan is up first. Is he gonna do the one that many people are gonna do? Probably. What do you got?
Do you want me to go first, or you want to do the whole ranking of the wheel?
No, you just do one. Yeah, just do one.
All right.
It shouldn't take too long. So go ahead.
I'm gonna do it. You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
The Room.
So anyway, how's your sex life?
That came out. What year was that movie come out?
2000 maybe. Yeah.
Was it 03? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. That's what happens when you. That's what happens when you write, direct, and star in the same movie.
It's weird because I like the Disaster Artist. I find endearing, but The Room is like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
All right, let's see who is next on the list.
But I quote it. I don't know why. I mean, it's a bad movie, but I quote it.
It's because it's so bad.
I'd like to remind you that Orson Welles also wrote, directed, and starred in Citizen Kane. So
yeah, Jake, you're up. What is your first one?
Oh God, yeah, I don't even like Citizen Kane. Okay. Yeah, I'll just go with this first one. I doubt anyone here has seen this one. I'll be surprised if someone has. So this is it's a Greek film from 2009. It's called Dogtooth.
Oh, you've talked about this before.
Yeah, Dogtooth. The title does not indicate at all what the film is about. Right. And the only things that connect the scenes of the film together are the characters that appear, because it's one plot line's happening in this scene and then another in the next and another in the next. It's so disjointed. Just a movie full of people doing stupid things for stupid reasons, and just one that it really boggles my mind how the movie exists. And then, no joke, it was a movie that I watched back in college with a bunch of film buddies, and we're not even halfway through the movie yet, and I leaned up to them, I go, anybody want to go bar hopping after this? That's how bad the movie was.
Oh my God.
Like, we really had to get it out of our minds. Harrison, there was no dog involved, but there were teeth involved. But
see, I didn't see that, but I do like the director's other movies.
Oh,
I don't know why that movie has positive
it
reviews.
is time for a big Jose Loco now. This is the name. So,
disclaimer: I have not seen Melania, so I don't feel right putting it on my list yet.
Well done.
But I'm going to go with Crispin Glover's film, What Is It?
Oh,
The story
that's the
of
one.
men
That's
with
the...
Down syndrome being whacked
Yep.
off by women in goat masks.
Yep. That's the movie.
What
And
the fuck?
it's only showed at like film festivals too, right?
Yeah, you have to go and have him show it to you himself. And he made a sequel to it called I forget what the sequel. He was making a trilogy and he's made 2 of them so far.
Yeah. All right.
It is fine. Everything is fine. That's the sequel. What is it? Then it is fine. Everything is fine.
Dogtooth has a 7.1 on IMDb.
I don't know how.
Oh, it looks like Ronan is going to go again.
All right. I'm gonna go with Independence Day 2 Resurgence. What a piece of shit, man! And like, listen, I liked the first movie, and I remember being like, let's give this one a try. Let's give it a try. And like, I remember like the first third. It was the first time I remember was like, oh no, what am I watching? And then, there's a moment where the president of the United States is like face to face with the aliens, and she's like, there will be no peace. And it's like, what the fuck? And there's a point where Jeff Goldblum and Liam Hemsworth are like just barely escaped like an asteroid shower, and they're like,
Yeah.
man, I almost peed my pants. Yeah, me too. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what the fuck is happening in here? And it was depressing. So yeah, like, and listen, I met Roland Emmerich. It's like I don't hate all his movies. I like Jake. I like his Godzilla movie. It's selfish reason why not. And I don't mind The Day After Tomorrow, but fuck, man, that movie.
Wow, Chris says that he saw that movie in theaters and had a great time.
So did I, and I regret it.
I saw it twice in the theaters because I went back to see if it was bad as I thought it was the first time.
Oh, it is Jake's go.
All right. Oh boy. All right. So I'm gonna go with kind of a newer movie. It's weird to say new because, oh my god, yeah, this movie actually turns 10 years old next year. I'm going with a movie from 2017 called Rings. I don't know if anybody has seen that or is familiar with it. And yeah, there are talented actors in there. You have Matilda Lutz, Johnny Galecki, Alex Rowe. There are talented people in front of the camera, but everything that went on behind the camera was just a disjointed mess. It's all about like this person who sacrifices herself to save her lover after her lover watches this cursed videotape that supposedly kills you within a week. Yeah. And just more and more watching this movie, it's just made me incredibly, just from scene to scene, I'm thinking, what were they thinking here? It really, I really struggled to, to really get any sort of enjoyment out of this. And fun fact, the person who directed this movie was originally slated to do the Venom film that ended up releasing in 2018. Obviously, that didn't happen, but yeah, okay. I could not stand that movie.
All right.
I hated the original film. Like, I couldn't even go see the second one.
Where are we going next? Oh, is it going to be me? It is me. We're going to take a little trip to 2010 and a director named M. Night Shyamalan. And a film,
I was wondering if someone would bring this up.
A film based on a cartoon called Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh my god.
I don't think there's anything redeemable about that movie. It is just bad for me from start to finish. Everything that they could have done right just doesn't get done right, and it doesn't even make you feel the joy and excitement of the cartoon, which is part of what people liked about it. So it's just all around garbage and trash. It's not so bad it's good. It is just bad. So
I didn't see that one coming. When you said M. Night Shyamalan, I thought you were going to say The Happening.
That's another one, but yeah, this one was bad too.
What? No.
Oh, what do we got here?
It's you again.
Again? Is this thing rigged?
And now it's the happening.
All right, we're gonna go with what else I got on my list over here. A 2011 movie.
Oh,
I hated this movie so much.
does it have green in the title?
No, it's a movie called Jack and Jill by Adam Sandler.
Oh God, I forgot about that movie.
I remember that one.
Is
I
that the
remember,
one?
I remember
is
the
that-
trailer for that. Oh
Wait,
man,
is that the one where he plays his own sister
Yes.
and like Al Pacino's in love with him?
Yes, it's
Oh.
really
What
bad.
the fuck?
I hated that movie. All right, here we go. Oh, it looks like we're gonna get Jake. No, Ronan.
Oh,
Nice.
I was like, "Butcher."
No love for Joe
O'Brien.
No love for Joe tonight. All right, Ronan, what's your last one?
You know, I had a lot of choices. I had Thor: Love and Thunder. I had Wonder Woman 1984. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Those stuff, even those movies have some stuff I like in them. I'm gonna go on with like that. I think it's bad, but I like it in a it's a weird way. It's a weird like almost anomaly. There's a movie called The Fanatic. Has anybody heard or seen this one?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen
Yes.
this one. Yeah.
Yes, I have seen
Stars.
it.
Oh, wait. Is this the one
Yes.
about the? Okay, yeah. I know which one you're talking about. Never
Wait,
mind.
is this the one with John Travolta?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and
The
Jake
guy who.
Brown.
Yeah, the Stand. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
It is bonkers. It is wild. Every time I revisited it, I can't believe it's John Travolta doing that, and you know, it's ridiculous. It literally is fandom gone out the wazoo, off the deep end, and it's fucking wild, man. And yeah, there's some choices that does like poppycock or whatever he starts saying, and it's just like it's the weirdest shit ever. But
Yeah.
it's not the peak of it, and like I think I have it on Blu-ray. If not, I'm probably gonna hunt it down. But that's one that like you have to watch when either you're drunk or you guys having friends like, yo, let's just watch some weird ass shit. Just see how we feel about it.
That's the only time that I can think of where a rapper has made a movie.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. All right, who's next?
Are we throwing out like honorable mentions or something at the end?
If you want, I don't really. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. Oh, Joe, you are up next. It's going to be Jose Loco.
All right, I'm surprised this one hasn't been named yet. This is one of the notorious ones people always name, but Batman and Robin.
Oh wow!
Just one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. I wanted to walk out. The only reason I didn't was because my brother was like, "I'm enjoying this," and I'm like, "How? How are you enjoying this?" It's like the movie gives you a headache. Like, I mean, it's like it's headache inducing. Like, it's not even so bad it's good because you feel physical pain from all the neon lights and everything.
There are a lot worse movies in the comic book genre, especially that have come out within the last 15 years.
Never seen one. Never seen one worse than Batman and Robin.
Wow. All right, well, there we go. Spin the wheel. Who we got?
Yeah, criticize that movie all you want, but it knows what it is.
Is it going to be Jake?
Terrible.
It is.
All
It
right,
is.
cool. All right. This is the first. At least I remember this being the first movie where I went into it, I saw it, and I'm thinking, "Yikes! Movies I'm looking forward to can be bad." And the first one that did that for me is this movie called Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Oh.
And
Damn.
that is one that is beyond so bad it's good.
There's nothing redeeming about that movie.
No,
It's so
I mean,
bad.
They recasted 90% of the characters, and like I know there were budgetary issues with that movie. I'm still gonna shit talk it. The action was horrible. It was painful to the eyes to look at.
Remember the special effects for the animalities? So
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Like really bad, sound effects. Some of the worst written lines of dialogue in history, where you have Sindel going, "Too bad you will die." It's like
Xana thinks the most
know.
recent one is the worst.
I'd argue the most recent one is the best. But anyway,
Wow.
yeah, that Annihilation film was absolutely terrible. And again, after watching it, that made me go, "Oh, that wasn't good." And I was, I was young at the time when I saw it. So, but even at that age, I could look at that and go, "Yeah, this didn't work. It didn't work at all."
I've never heard a good thing about it. I've never seen it, but I never heard anyone say they liked it.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that likes it either.
I hated the first one, so I didn't bother to see Annihilation because I hated the first Mortal Kombat.
All right, is it going to be Joe? It is. Joe, you get to go before me, so there you go.
All right, probably my least favorite movie of all time. This was a movie that caused me pain in the theater to the point where I saw it at a film festival. I saw it at the Phoenix Horror and Sci-Fi Film Festival. And I had to go out into the lobby just to clear my head, leaving my, at the time, wife, now ex-wife, in the theater watching this piece of shit. And the guy running the theater, comic book writer Brian Pulido, was the guy running the film festival. He came out too, and we just looked at each other. He was running the film festival, and he goes, "So, it's quite a movie, isn't it?" I go, "Yeah, that's a word for it." And we both kind of sighed in defeat and then went back in together. Southland Tales, starring The Rock, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Horrid movie. Just can't say Justin Timberlake's in this piece of shit. It's from the director of Donnie Darko. Have you seen Southland Tales?
Yeah.
Oh God, it's so bad.
It was fine.
So that leaves me last, and I did have some honorable mentions, but I'm not going to say any amount. I'm going to let everybody sort of talk it out before we close out the stream. But mine is a movie, I believe it's from 2002. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's a movie called Ballistic: X versus Sever.
Oh my God.
I hate that movie. That is such a bad movie. And I remember seeing it in theaters with my friends, and we were just like, how did they even make this fucking film? It was so bad.
You waste so many talented people in that movie. Antonio Banderas, Lucy Liu. How do you do that?
Yeah, it's so bad. I had a couple of other ones, but if you guys want to throw out some honorable mentions, you can before we wrap up the stream.
I got one.
I think. Go ahead, Jake.
Oh, good.
I just listen. You have no idea how pumped I was for Wonder Woman 84. I was pumped as hell for that movie, and the trailers were so good. And then I think it was right around when COVID happened, and all right, it sucks we can't see it in the movie theater, but we're gonna watch on HBO, and it starts, and okay, cool, she's defending the innocent in the mall, cool, and then this Pedro Pascal, cool, and then the plot begins, and then Steve Trevor comes back, and I'm like, what? And it keeps going. I'm like, no, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but damn. And I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, I wonder what happened to Deborah Chow and Patty Jenkins. Yeah, those weren't good last things they've done, in my opinion, but they should be still working in Hollywood, in my opinion. And I was just like, wow, that's the last memory I have. Patty Jenkins is 84. I'm like, damn.
Now you see, Wonder Woman 84 would have, had we done the most underrated sequels, that would have been on my underrated sequels list. I really enjoy, and that movie bought my television. So
yeah,
that's true. I remember that story. Yeah.
I got another one that's based off of a game franchise, and this might be the movie that made me the most mad in a theater. This came out when I was in high school, and I went there with a group of buddies to see it. It's this little movie called Tekken. And yeah,
that movie.
That might be the most mad I've ever been in a movie theater, because up to that point, I did not realize you could get so much wrong with an adaptation, even though I had seen things like Mortal Kombat Annihilation before that. We're just shit talking the movie the entire time, and saying how these people, most of them were miscast, although Carrie, who played Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat, also played Heihachi Mishima in this movie, which, well cast, I'll give him that, but there were so many talented people and legitimate martial artists that knew their craft for this movie that just got incredibly wasted. And I think that's what makes it sting even more, is that you got talented people, you got some of the right people, but absolutely the wrong idea went into the script and the storytelling. And funnily enough, they were even going to have Dave Bautista in this movie as one of the characters. That ultimately did not happen.
Wow.
And we were shit talking the movie the entire time, and we get up and we're like, that shit wasn't Tekken. That was a fucking disaster. We're both sporting Tekken shirts at this screening, by the way. And this kid, I'm never gonna forget this. This little punk gets up in front of us, like 2 rows where we're sitting, and goes, "What are you talking about? That was exactly like the games." I said, me and my buddy both wearing Tekken shirts. We said, "Sit the fuck down before we humiliate the fuck out of you."
Shadius, here's a $5 super chat, says thank you for being here, guys. We appreciate you as well. Thank you for
Shady.
supporting the channel. It means a lot.
Jake, I got you one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no.
Legend of Chun-Li.
Oh wait, did you bring that up? Because that's Lone Wolf right here with the $5 super chat says Blood and Honey is 3 for him. Jason Takes Manhattan is number 2, and Legend of Chun-Li is number 1.
Manhattan is a minor horror classic.
Oh,
Man, Chun-Li, Legend of Chun-Li, man, listen. Fuck, man. What a great concept and title for a Street Fighter movie. And listen, I'm not harping on the actress because she signed up for a movie. That was the script they given her. Personally, I don't see her as Chun-Li, but if she was a Chun-Li fan, a Street Fighter fan, kudos to her. She got to play her. But that was like something like, man, that should have been a different script. It should have been from Ming-Na Wen or somebody else to put on the Chun-Li accurate costume and like something simple and like don't change too much of the lore. Like you don't need to have a lot of these characters, and it could have been a procedural cop film based in the Street Fighter world, and like. Whenever it comes out on like cable, when I just look at it and I'm just like, wow.
That's what they kept trying to do. That one in Tekken, they kept trying to reinvent the lore with stuff that didn't make any sense.
And the slap to the face with the ending of like, there's this tournament going on, and there's this big guy from Japan, Ryu something, and it's just like, get the fuck out of here.
You got one above that, Eric.
Yeah, but we'll look at all those before we go here very quickly. But I wanted to pull this one up because of Rise of Skywalker. Does anybody agree with that as being one of the worst?
Oh, absolutely not.
I mean,
it's the worst of the Disney Star Wars movies, but it's got redeeming qualities. Like I love the final scene where she says Rey Skywalker. That set Chud's heads on fire, and it's like, oh wow, you don't believe that something that exists in the real world, a human being deciding to change their name, could happen in a fantasy world with like wizards?
I mean, even the worst Star Wars movie is not one of the worst movies ever.
Catwoman was one that I thought about too, by the way.
I can believe someone changed their name. It's just the way the journey went to changing the name. I don't know. Judges don't like it, but I'll never forget hearing a theater recording of women going, "Don't you fucking say it! Don't you fucking say it!" And she says it, and like people walked out and like, listen. I always say that is not how I would end a trilogy, much less a saga.
See,
but anytime Rey, Poe, and Finn are together, I'm like, finally, goddammit, finally.
Wonder Woman 84 was awesome.
Finn got so underserved in that trilogy.
And I still maintain that while it's the worst of the Disney movies, I prefer it to any of the prequels. But
Dalton says Thor: Love and Thunder is on his list.
Love and Thunder is awesome.
I thought about it too.
I thought about it
right off the bat.
Yeah, Chris dropped movie 43. That's another bad one too.
Oh god!
I got some honorable mentions here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Leonard Part 6.
Ooh, I remember that one.
Yeah, the Garbage Pail Kids movie. And the one that pained me to my core, Star Trek Nemesis, the worst Star Trek
you hate that one
ever made.
Wait, Jake, you don't think so?
I don't think it's the worst movie. No.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't think Nemesis is the worst one.
They had a villain with no motivation. like Shinzon had no reason to hate the Federation. It was the Romulans that wronged him, not the Federation. But he wants to destroy the Federation. Why? What did the Federation do to you? You were created and discarded by the Romulans, not the Federation.
I didn't say it was a good movie. I just said it wasn't the worst.
I haven't seen a worse one. I mean, Into Darkness comes close, but
all right. With that being said,
Final Frontier.
Okay, so
it's one of my favorites.
real quick shout out on Saturday is the rebooted After Party episode 2 with myself and Paigey. We're going to be talking about all kinds of news. If you missed the one from last month, it's up on the channel. Go check it out. You can submit questions, and I'll be linking this on the community tab for myself and Paigey through the Ko-fi link early, so that way we'll have all those questions ready when the stream starts, and you can do it that way. Also, I think I'm joining Canada Graphs. I think it's this Saturday. I don't know what time it is. Let me check what he said the time. I know he told me the time. He's in the chat. He can say what time it is. I'll be joining Canada Graphs for a special stream on Saturday as well.
Oh, thank you, Columbia Rican.
Make sure you guys check that out. With that being said, before I give my final stuff, let's do our clockwise shout out. So, Jose Loco, what's going on with your content?
Come on over to Crazy Joe Adventures. Crazy Joe Adventures. We're going to have adventures. It's going to be fun.
With Crazy Joe.
Yeah.
Ronan, anything happening with you? What are you working on?
Wonder Man coverage has concluded, so you can go watch it all in shorts and full video reactions, reviews as well. In about an hour or so, my coverage for Night of the Seven Kingdoms might begin, depending on what time they drop the episode. So you can expect that in the next few hours. And then me and Lance are covering The Mandalorian Season 1, so be on the lookout for that. We're doing the Road to the Mandalorian Grogu film, watching all 3 seasons and a few episodes of other stuff to lead up to the film. And then anime stuff is coming down the line, just finishing editing all of them episodes before I drop them in Spaces. And then if the rumors are true that a Mandalorian Grogu trailer drops on Sunday, then you will see me react to it in shorts, full-length video, and I might even do a stream after the Super Bowl. So be on the lookout for that.
Canographs gave the time here, 5 p.m. Pacific. So there we go.
And also on Mondays, we do the live streams with Jake and another friend of mine talking A Night to the Seven Kingdoms. So if you guys watch the show and you guys want to be part of it, come watch us. And even for you guys, the host, like if you guys watch it and want to talk about it, shoot me a message.
Okay.
Would that be on Saturday this time?
Probably Saturday. Yeah.
Bobby jumping in saying the Star Wars prequel trilogies are awesome. So.
1.5 of it is awesome.
All right, Jake, what do you got before we do the last super chat here?
Well, last I was here on Sundays, we should be back this upcoming Sunday with the main scheduled program. I had to do a mystery game this past time, but it was a lot of fun. It was a nice trip down memory lane. Outside of that, rankings, retro reviews, let's play, some bonus videos. Trying to pump a few more character costume designs out in honor of the 8-year anniversary of Black Panther in about 2 weeks. Black Panther is one of the next characters I have upcoming for the best designs in games look. So we're going to see what all that's about. Yep. And then in about a month, a little over a month, another movie that definitely got a lot of people talking. This little film called Batman v Superman turns 10 years old. So I'm doing a 10 years later reflection video on that.
Okay. All right, before we jump out of here, we do have a super chat from Lone Wolf, $5 super chat. Here's a fun question. What's one film you walked out on, couldn't finish? For me, it was movie 43. Has anybody walked out of a movie before?
Yep. Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets.
Oh wow.
And Sound of Thunder.
Okay.
There's
There's only one that we've ever walked out of, but I'll say it after you guys are done.
I also walked out of Alien Romulus, but then I went back and saw the ending. And I liked it. But it was like at the beginning, I was just like, it was fighting sleep. I was like, I could watch this or I could go to sleep, and sleep won.
Okay.
Only one I can think of where I walked out was Transformers Age of Extinction.
Oh.
Yeah, did not like that movie at all.
Ronan, have you ever walked out of a movie?
I don't think so, but like again, Independence Day 2, Fan 4 stick, maybe I should have.
I wanted to get up and leave Love and Thunder, but I was like, you know what? I have a thing of alcohol in my hand that I can just forget all this and alcohol.
And you would have missed the best Thor movie.
I saw the best Thor movie 15 years ago.
Love and Thunder 15 years ago?
I walked out of one. I've only walked out of one movie in my entire life, and that is the Street Fighter movie, the first Street Fighter movie. Yeah, we walked out halfway through that movie.
Is that the one with the guy from Party of Five in it?
Is it? Is he from Party
Scott
of Five?
Wolf or something?
Oh, yeah, I think he is in that one. Yeah, I just remember. I've watched the movie since then when it's been on TV and stuff. But we walked out of theaters when it was we were watching it, so that was bad. But
Oh wait, I was thinking of Double Dragon. He was in Double Dragon.
That one, yeah. So, all right, so we're getting out of here. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I will be live on Saturday, so make sure you come in. If you would like to submit a question for myself and Paigey, you can use the Ko-fi here to do that, and that way we will have the questions preloaded when we start the stream. I will share that link in the community tab, and that will only be on the Reloaded channel. So if you want to come over and check that out, make sure you subscribe to the Reloaded channel and turn on notifications, and come over on Saturday. With that being said, thank you guys so much, and we will see everyone next time. Hey there, if you're seeing this, that means we have reached the end of the stream. Thanks so much for your continued support with comments, likes, subscriptions, super stickers, and super chats. I just want to give a special shout out to all of the channel members who have contributed to the success of this channel with paid tiers. On the screen, you will see your name displayed as a signal of appreciation from myself and the channel. If you would like to see your name on this list, consider selecting a tier with the join or plus button depending on your platform. Thanks again, everyone. Let's hang out soon in the next stream, and I'll see you then.